Hello and welcome to the 78th Planet Destiny podcast, where this week we are celebrating Bungie Week. Or
Bungie
day.
It's not an entire day.
It's not
it's not an entire week.
Okay, so
It should be a week.
Just
right?
Are you one of those guys that celebrates your birthday for like an entire week?
I don't really
it's my
celebrate.
birthday week.
I don't really celebrate. Like,
Birthday month.
What's the point of celebrating the birthday anymore? It's like, oh, okay, I'm a year old. There's nothing really changed. I'm old enough to drink. I'm old enough to rent a car. I'm old enough to have my own insurance. Like the only big things coming up are like, a
30.
colonoscopy. When I'm 40 or whatever. That's the only other big date that I got to look forward to.
I've started buying myself birthday gifts. I buy my own birthday gifts now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
good.
always fun.
I'm an adult.
I always
my
get exactly
birthday.
what I want. I'm really
Yeah.
fucking good at it.
Exactly. It's great.
So I'm an adult. If I want something, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm not gonna wait for my birthday. Just fuck it.
Oh, that changes when you have kids.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all over.
Fiscal responsibilities kind of trump that also.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
that's bullshit.
I could
Hate
totally
it.
buy that graphics card or pay rent.
Yeah,
I could.
or my kids can eat. It's a really nice graphics card though.
Yeah,
I don't need my
1080.
house, but I need a computer.
Yeah. Oh, also, you could look forward to a senior discount. So.
Oh shit! Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
65 or something, right?
I believe it. Yeah.
My
That's
dad.
a wow.
Yeah.
My dad started
Oh,
using
wow.
that way before he was old enough to get it.
Oh yeah.
It's like because he had gray hair, and he was like, "Give me the senior discount."
Nice.
Yeah, with that kind of
Nice.
face too, be like, "Come on." I'd be like, "Dad, you're never mind."
My
After
dad would
those,
always always say that I'm a kid or whatever at like movie theaters or restaurants, so you get like the kid discount.
Oh yeah, I do
even,
that.
Yeah,
I do
even
that.
though I was like, Dad, I'm like 13 years old. Come on now. Yeah, and he's like,
If
nah.
you dress in a certain way, we could
Yeah.
probably still get away with it.
Oh yeah, no.
Or the
If
beard.
I shave my face, cut my hair, no, like we're
Put on a hat.
And-
Get
and
a
then
If I
just
could
don't
save
speak.
$7 per kid on these movies, I'm doing it.
Dude, bargain.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
it is Bungie Day. Thank you for the correction. It is Bungie Day, and
7-7.
it's 7/7, and who's gotten the shirt? Has anyone ordered the shirt yet?
The
I
site
will
was
be-
down.
Okay.
When
haven't.
I first did it, the site was down, and I was like, and then I had to go get a credit card, and I was like, it's really far away.
Oh yeah, because you
so
can't
I'll
pay
get
with
it tonight.
PayPal. God,
Wait, is there an expiration time when you can order the
I
shirt?
think you can only.
October
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
or something.
Oh, I got plenty of time. Plenty.
But I will be ordering it very soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so for those of you who
The
don't,
poster's already sold out.
there's a poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Damn, I kinda
restocking
want a
it
poster.
on the
Oh, nice.
11th.
Ah, nice.
There was a poster.
Inside info.
The
I
poster
like it.
looks really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that's a nice
Really
poster.
nice.
Is it on the store? Where the hell was it? Oh,
It's on the
okay. Oh, the anime poster thing.
There's also a ghost necklace, and I was like, that's kind of cool looking. Then I saw that it was like over $100, and I was like,
Is it like
It's
a
not that
full-size
cool.
ghost?
Not $100
Is this thing
for it.
like, am I gonna look
Yeah.
like Flavo Flav walking around with like a ghost hanging down?
then I would definitely buy it.
Just rock this on.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to the
That's what I'm
hardware
talking
store
about
and get
right
a
there.
chain, and just wrap it around this. There we go.
Ghost Life.
Ghost life.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, if you complete all of the moments of triumph in game, we'll get into those in a little bit. But if you complete all the moments of triumph for year 2, you get an email sent to you with a code, and then you can then use that code to buy a shirt.
At
You
a
can also go to
discounted price.
bungie.net/triumphs, and your code will be
And your
there.
code will be there. There's you don't actually have to go. This is one of the bullshit things about Bungie is you don't actually have to complete the code to buy the shirt. Anyone can buy this shirt. By the way, anyone can buy the shirt. You just have to spend $7,777. Wait.
I thought it was
777.
777. Yeah.
$772.77. It's not all sevens because they're
Why did they put the
okay
What was
because there's an optional thing where you can have like your name on the sleeve, like right here. You have your name on the sleeve, and that costs $5, which would bring it up to 77777.
Got it.
Yeah.
that? You get to put your name on the sleeve?
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is not.
Oh my god, I'm ordering one of these like
house
right
phone.
now.
Oh no, this is.
I'm gonna
Nah.
put Holtzman on mine.
I already put
Nice.
that. I already put it on mine though. It's already reserved.
Wait, you said you didn't order it yet.
No, I ordered mine.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
We're just slow.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
else is just slow. Okay.
I think I have. Yeah. Never mind. Go for it.
Well, yeah. So if someone out there really wants to buy this, the money will go to a good cause. It will go to.
If you can't be bothered to go and get all 50 Cows 5 fragments, which is understandable.
It's more like complete
Exotic Sword Quest.
it's complete the
Crucible.
Crucible quest line.
But isn't it like
That's
not
true.
that bad now? I don't know how bad it is. anymore.
It still requires you to do quite a bit, but
I did it when it was the most punishing thing ever.
yeah, it was kind of brutal.
I was like, oh, I must be nearly done because there was like not really much information about it when I was
Wait,
doing
did
it.
they
and I was
shorten
like,
that quest line?
A little bit. They made it
Yeah.
where it was like the games require wins to just I think play the games.
Yeah, you had to. Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like win in elimination, win in skirmish, win with this many kills. I'm like,
So now it's
and you just
get
keep
kills?
going, and it just keeps going. You're like, oh, I must be done now. No, just more and more, and it just you feel like it never stops. And then at the end, you get the best rocket launcher in the game.
Quality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm like towards the end of that quest line. I was hoping that it would just happen naturally throughout.
That's
the
how.
quest,
That's
so-
what went for me, Tefty. Is I just
Yeah.
kind of did it naturally by doing the dailies.
Well, I didn't end up doing it naturally because I'm still on get scout rifle kills.
Oh.
Don't you
Yeah.
like using Mida? What's taking so
I
long?
do, but
What's taking so long?
the time for Mida passed. It was
It's
like,
still
it was,
good.
No, for me personally.
Oh my
I've been
God.
using the last word, and lately I've been using universal remote. Shame. I know. Shame.
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 Shame. You go see the mountain. Yeah, I still have to do that.
Sorry.
It's not that
It wouldn't
bad.
happen
You just gotta
naturally for
kill
me
some
because
stuff.
I don't play
Yeah.
elimination naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you play the dailies, like stuff comes up
Yeah,
in the dailies,
I
and
could
that's
see
what I was
that.
doing. Is every time I saw Shax had something for me, I just go like swap out the quest I just finished, get the new one, and then I didn't really look at it too often, and just like all of a sudden, oh, it must have been today's daily because I'd go back to Shax and have another step. The only time I really had to concentrate on it was when I got to the parts with, specific weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to. But I mean, really, it's just like I think the only one that hung me up was the hand cannon one because I just wasn't using hand cannons.
Yeah,
at the time.
because hand cannons, like when it first came out, or when tanking first came out, hand cannons were just awful. You couldn't
Yeah.
you couldn't use them in PvP,
Yeah.
so that was painful.
Yeah, so I just used the last word and I was okay.
Yeah, I think I ended up using the last word paired with, or I was like doing the chaperone quest line plus doing the hand cannon portion, so I just kind of forced myself to
boy.
finish those.
Nice.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Okay. So how about we do this? How about let's go into the let's see exactly what we need to what the requirements are. I can't spell. I've been sitting here trying to type Bungie.net, and I've been spending like bugging.
I've got them up here. Do you
But-
want me to read them off?
We're gonna go through them one by one, so I might as well have them.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll start at the top left here. First one, a Blade Reborn. Complete any of the exotic sword quests from Shax. Has everyone here actually completed the exotic sword quest line? Because Tefty, I feel like you're gonna be the guy that
I have.
says he hasn't.
I've got all three on the
Okay.
PS4.
Okay.
I don't have all three though. I was not. Nope.
Okay.
I got the
Oh,
dank drinker. That was it.
My God.
You guys saying you're out of content to do. You can get other color exotic
I'm
swords.
never out of content.
You should play PvP.
I
I,
play Crucible.
I got the dank drinker as well. I got it on my Titan, which was a horrible mistake, and it pretty much broke my will. I didn't want to go for another
Yep.
exotic sword until about.
I would break my
I started
will, too.
working on the solar one about a month ago, and I need to get 2 more planetary materials, and then I'll have that quest
that's the best
completed.
part.
Oh my God. Wait, did you get all the ability kills too? Already done?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So that's the longest, honestly. It's like,
Well,
so I haven't done any on the Xbox. So now I have to actually make a choice now. Do I want the Moments of Triumph a year 2 on the Xbox? And if I do, then I have to get at least one sword on the Xbox.
Oh shit! Like I need to start now on that because damn, I have
Mhm.
I have like I've completed one of the other ones. I've only completed like one on there for Xbox.
Wait, you've completed an exotic sword?
No, I've completed like one of the requirements for this Moments of Triumph thing. I have
Moments of Triumph. Oh, okay.
I have not done an exotic sword yet.
Yeah.
I don't even have Touch of Malice yet on there. So that's
Calcified fragments as
Yeah,
well.
I got some work to do
The
on the Xbox
fragments,
if I want
yeah.
to do that as well. That's going to take a while.
Court
Calcified
of
fragments isn't
Oryx.
too bad because you can just go on that website and it tells you exactly where they are
Yeah.
and which ones you're missing.
it's still
The only problem is having to wait for Court of Oryx, right?
you
Yes.
have to wait for Court of Orcs and you have to wait for challenge modes. Specific challenge modes in the raid.
And we only got like till, what was it,
September 20th.
So you want to make sure
We'd
you
like-
do it. Don't wait too long, and then you're like, oh, I'm out of
Yeah,
weeks.
and you literally
to
can't get
the
it
fragment.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we technically have like 9 or 10 weeks left until Rise of Iron. So now's the time if you do one on one of those consoles.
So speaking
one.
of swords and having to kill Oryx, one of the other requirements is defeat Oryx in the Kingsfall raid on hard difficulty. I think that's
Have we all done that?
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Like, we all say, yeah, that's really, like, of course we've done it. There's still a very large portion of the community that has not completed that yet. I imagine.
Oh, definitely.
I imagine the next couple months there's going to be a lot of people like running the raids on Twitch. So if you happen to be in need of a hard mode run and you haven't had luck with like LFG groups, even though I'm sure that will be picking up here in a little bit as well. Try going to some Twitch streams that are like offering hard mode runs. Say No to Rage, the guest we had on last week, he does them really often.
It's all day. He does that for 8 hours a day.
Yes. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. I
I
didn't
know,
even.
right? I can't believe he's sane.
I know. I don't think we asked him last week. I wanted to say, how the fuck are you still sane running the raid for 8 hours a day? My God.
Right?
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of streamers that don't have as many viewers where that's just what they do. So definitely try going through the directory. Obviously, the less viewers they have, the more likely you are to get in on the group.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of them that run the raid all the time.
Yeah, if you find a guy who's got 10 viewers, guess your chances of getting in are pretty high.
Oh yeah.
Very high.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And you might meet some friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you might be able to like run the raid coming out in Rise of Iron, like when it comes out instead of having to wait for a group. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's so much more fun to raid with people you know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
The next requirement is the Plays the Thing. Complete the Taken King main questline culminating in Regicide. So
That final
That's
mission
filler.
is kind of cool.
yeah, that feels like
That's
a
filler.
shit.
Filler triumph?
It's like that's like we need something. Did they complete like the first I believe when you complete that says you finish the prologue to the story basically, and then it opens up the Taken quest line. So it's like have you basically completed the storyline of what you bought?
Right? It's like the first thing you do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When you
It-
get
yeah.
the
Yeah, you play
It's
that
not like
storyline up
it's
to
super
Regicide.
long.
It takes like
Yeah.
what 2 hours to get from launching
Something like
Taken
that.
King to doing Regicide.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
If you're powering
very
through
long.
pretty
Yeah.
easily, 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, before you go on, something that's interesting that we should talk about, because it steps through these things, is the rewards are now staggered on there.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
instead of having to complete all of it and get one reward, you now get like a shader, emblem, so on and so forth. So for every 2 of these that you unlock, you get a reward, which I think is really cool.
It is
So
cool.
if you've only done Regicide and got an exotic sword, then I think you get a shader, right?
Yep.
Okay, so basically there's
It's
two
shader
shaders,
emblem.
2 shaders and 2
Shader
emblems for completing.
Yeah,
everything.
it goes shader, emblem, shader, emblem.
Yeah.
Like the last one is the last emblem. And it's
think that's
cool
really
how it's
cool.
all represented in game. Like they give you a book kind of similar to the SRL racing book.
Yeah,
and
I preferred that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice actually. I like the presentation of it much better this year. And even though basically it's over for me as far as I'm concerned, right? Unless I decide to do it on Xbox, it is just the whole presentation of it was just much better than going to the Bungie website and looking there.
Absolutely. It's really
And
nice.
the
It's a nice
rewards were
little-
immediate. Like you get the rewards
Yeah.
right when you do it, as opposed to
Yeah,
waiting like a month
no
or 2 months.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So for those wondering, like, oh well, there's no way I'm going to be able to, collect all the calcified fragments, do the true meaning of war, and also the exotic sword. Well, at least you'll get something for
Yeah.
the 7 if you do have those.
And honestly, I think, in my opinion, the first shader and first emblem are my favorite. So
Nice.
They're
I haven't really looked at them.
they're
I like
too
the last
bright.
emblem. I thought it was really cool looking.
They're too bright. They're not metal enough.
too bright.
They're not metal
Not
enough.
No,
We need to metalize
Not
these.
edgy enough for you,
no.
Patrick.
Needs more black. It can be more blacker. Yeah. So I definitely like the reward structure as well.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's really nice. That booklet is like nice, and I want more booklets like that in the future of Destiny. I think it's cool.
The ones we don't have to
I
pay
like
for.
them.
Yes.
Yes.
Big asterisk right
Well,
there.
you
definitely.
didn't technically. You didn't have to pay for the other one.
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't believe I did that on stream. I didn't know that I heard something. They're like, hey, if you just inspect it and you can probably just make it give you the rewards without actually buying it. I'm like, I wonder if that does work. And I was on stream, inspected the book, didn't buy it, and then just clicked it and got rewards. And was like, oh shit. Well,
No, there you go.
Loophole.
well, okay.
It's great.
So the next one on the list, this is amazing. Complete the Crucible questline culminating in the Mountaintop. That one's honestly gonna be the worst to complete, I believe, for a lot of the community.
Yeah, if you haven't started it at all and you're like, oh, that's gonna be a grind.
If
for
you don't play any PvP, like if you're into this game for PvE, that is almost an insurmountable task, right?
It's a very difficult quest. Let me go Google.
Yeah, let's go through the quest line.
Okay, is the Mountaintop?
It's a huge quest line.
It is.
It's a huge
It's one of the biggest. It's got to be the biggest one, right? The most time-intensive one in the game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so, wait, is this it? Oh God, no, that is not it. That is not. That is like the first Mountaintop never-ending Crucible grind on Reddit. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, this is from 21 days ago. Hell yeah, this is recent. Okay, so for the first part of this quest, defeat 8 guardians while holding 2 zones in control. So basically, go play control. Not too difficult. Crucible combat. Get 5 kills with an active runner in Rift. So you don't even have to be the active runner. You don't have to cap it. You just have to have someone grab the spark, and then you go kill a bunch of people while they hold the spark. Next part is free for all. You have to get 12 kills in Rumble. Okay, so
Was that? I think that
people
was
might
a
struggle with
win. I think you had to get wins. In
yeah,
Rumble.
in the
It
original
used to all be.
the original quest line for this, which is why Watson and I hated it so much because we forced ourselves to complete it the first week. Every single one of these was, it was the requirement plus win. So 5 kills with an active runner, or win a match and get 5 kills with an active runner in Rift. So shit. Get 12
That's
kills.
difficult though. if you're not a good Rumble player, it's difficult to win Rumble.
Oh
matches.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rumble is where all the sweaty players play in their off time.
Even if you're a good Crucible player, you can easily get second just from a couple mishaps.
Yeah.
Yep. Small team tactics. Get 8 kills in skirmish. And then the next one is deploy 3 probes and salvage. Okay, then that's just the first 2 quest lines, and there's after you've
There's 50 steps, I think.
I think some of the steps have been reduced a little bit now. It's closer to 30 overall steps.
Oh Jesus!
What
was I doing with my time?
well, yeah, it really sucked back then because it was you had to get wins and you had to unlock it to be able to do the quest line or to be able to get the weekly rewards. Let's see. Sorry, I got a little throat. Complete 2 daily Crucible matches. Okay. Next one, complete 2 weekly Crucible matches. And then earn 9 points. Wins in daily, weekly are worth 3 points. Completions are worth 1 point. So even if you suck at winning, you'll eventually get through that part. Actually, you'll get through that part because you just complete them. You don't have to win them for the first part. And then after this is the reason this one, these next part felt like so long because you had to go to the Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, and New Monarchy and complete a 3-part quest for each of them. So there's Dead Orbit, earn 4 points in Control, win is 3, losses 1. Number 2, win 4 points in Rift, wins 3, losses 1, and then return to the Dead Orbit guy. Future War Cult is Clash and Rumble, and it's earn 4 points. Then New Monarchy is skirmish and salvage. And then after that, you have to go do trials practice and earn 9 points, where a win is 3 and a loss is 1. So that one can take the longest amount of time, I think, out of all this.
Mm-hmm. And solo elimination is the worst.
Yeah.
The absolute worst.
Yeah. And we're almost done, guys. I swear, we're almost done. Complete 8 matches with personal score of at least 1,200. So just complete, not win. You can go. Okay, wait for Mayhem. Wait for Mayhem.
There it is.
Oh wait, that's this week. Get to that point this week, and
Mayhem's around right
just
now.
go do Mayhem, get 1 kill, you're good. Weapon.
Does it count for Mayhem?
Yeah, it's just with a score of at least 1,200.
Nice.
Weapon
That's a
Master.
nice little loophole.
Weapon Master is the next part where it's like you have to get 6. You have to do 4 matches with 6+ auto rifle kills. Then 4 matches with 6+ pulse, 4 matches with 6 scout, 4 matches with 6 hand cannons. Hefty, you're almost done if you said you were on the scout rifle portion.
I know. I looked at it.
Because then you only have to do hand cannon after that, which is what you like using.
Which is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, earn 20 points in the Crucible. So, and a win is 3 and a loss is 1. Then return to Shaxx, and you get your hothead.
Can I also note
Yes.
that before they changed it, it was not per account, it was per character.
Yep, per character.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, sweet, I unlocked it for everybody. Let me go do it on my Warlock. And I was like,
Oh.
I have to do all of this again?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know that, actually, because I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way I'm going to do this on the Warlock or Titan.
Mayhem does not.
Yep.
count.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they had unlocked it for your whole account. And one day I walked in and saw that Shaxx had him on my Warlock. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yep. Now you get
Yeah,
18
because
strange
originally
coins.
they were not.
Yeah, you get 18 strange coins on all your characters every week.
The hothead isn't really the bonus, right? To me, the bonus is unlocking
Yeah.
the Shaxx bounties and then having access to a second set of Crucible bounties. And they give you a reward if you finish, the weekly one, but they also give you rep, and it's just
That's
nice.
nice.
I like having bounties to run. It's a motivational thing.
Yep. And then everyone can. Basically, the quest rewards 3 legendary marks because you get a hothead rocket launcher, which all of us.
I kept it forever.
All of us we were discussing before the podcast. We're like, yeah, man, that thing has horrible. Like the rules that it has are horrible, and then we all kind of had a different version. We were like, wait, does it actually have different perks on it? And we discovered you can actually have a God Roll Hothead rocket launcher. It is entirely possible.
I wish I had it so bad because I actually like the look of it. It looks like the Dragon's Breath.
It looks cool.
It's a red dragon's breath.
And it's called Hothead. It's got a unique name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish
But
it was good.
mine was trash. It was absolute garbage.
Mine had.
I still have it.
Yeah, mine had danger close and vacuum. That is just A+ tier. That's
A+
exactly
right
what
there.
you want on a rocket launcher. Like if
That's my current Grasp of Malik roll.
I mean every arms day that comes around, the reason I'm pissed when I see the Suros rocket launchers is because they can't roll with danger close and vacuum on it, and that's the God roll.
Lame.
Oh, so lame.
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 Mm.
I have not had a hothead yet, so
Maybe you'll get the God roll.
Yeah.
maybe I'll come in next week and be like, guys, it happened.
We should ask Pope Bear what his roll was.
Yeah.
His probably legitimately is a God roll, knowing him. Hey, have you guys seen that
some
Pope
unknown
has
perk.
been playing a little bit more?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I played with him
I
a little
actually
bit
played.
last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played with him too on in Iron Banner last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a charity live stream last weekend on Sunday, too.
Yep.
Yeah, with DT Huna. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I gotta say, fuck Pope Bear. This guy. This guy.
Screw Pope.
Yeah.
And his RNG.
Yeah. No,
madness.
this guy doesn't really play Destiny that much. All of a sudden, he comes back and then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna grind some PvP for just a little bit. Plays for like 2 hours. 2 God roll longbows. 2 God roll longbows. Just
two.
2 of them. Just 2 of them. Because he tweeted me. He kept tweeting me all the pictures.
Unbelievable.
This fucking guy.
It's ridiculous.
Pope
Damn.
Bear.
What do you think he gets more joy out of? Playing Destiny or just rubbing his God rolls in your face, Holtzman?
I'm pretty sure right now, if he's watching or if he's
gotta be
listening,
50-50
he's
at
just
least.
sitting there giggling. Just sitting there giggling in his
am
little
too.
Probably.
chair.
He's definitely giggling. Imagine him petting his beagle and giggling the whole time, and the beagle like howls. You know, when he gets like a God roll something.
Yeah.
What do you guys think, like, comparatively to last year's Moments of Triumph? You think they're better, worse, harder, easier? What do you guys think?
I think it's in the same realm of difficulty.
Yeah. Do you guys
because
remember?
last year-
I got a list up. Do you want me to?
Yeah,
read
like
go for it.
Skolas
Yeah,
and
let's
all that.
compare.
Yeah.
Go through it real quick.
Complete and I'm sorry, this week's reach max level 34, defeat the Dark Heart of the Black Garden, prevent the summoning of Crota's soul, capture Skolas in the Vex Citadel, defeat Prison of Elders on hard, defeat Atheon on hard, defeat Crota on hard, complete 50 public events, win 100 Crucible matches, and find all golden chests.
So there was more for Crucible in year 2, because winning 100 is like that is something that just happens with time. It's not something that you have to be like, okay, I have to use a scout rifle, I have to go into elimination.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
I think Skolas was a big hurdle for a lot of people because
Skolas was tough.
if it was a tough battle for you specifically, then you had a lot of weight being put on 2 people if they were carrying.
It was very
Yeah.
hard to carry
It was,
somebody
yeah.
in that.
Skolas
it-
was awful.
Yeah, I didn't
was-
like that experience.
I
you
did
know?
it once, I think, and then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
think I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if somebody just couldn't get the timing together, or if the connection was weird or whatever, and that taint got passed at the wrong time or whatever.
And no
You don't wanna-
checkpoints.
You don't want to mess up the taint, man.
Yeah, the taint.
It's careful. Got to be careful. With
Dirty,
it. Got to be
dirty.
careful with it.
I think it was. I think compared to both year 1 and year 2, I think there's a comparable difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There might be
yeah.
more legwork that has to be done with year 2, but there's also more rewards.
The thing that strikes me with year 1, now that I'm looking at it, is you essentially have 3 like raid type activities, right? You got Skolas, you got Atheon, and you got Crota all on hard mode, which were significant achievements.
And you had to actually own the DLC for
it feels
each
less
of those.
grindy though.
Yeah, you had to own the DLC for.
It feels
each of
less
those.
grindy though. Year 2
You're right.
was the Moments of Triumph for year 2 feel very grindy to me.
Yeah.
Oh, escape.
Huh? Are we good? Oh.
Yeah, like
Skype's
the
doing
exotic sword
something.
quest is a very grindy thing. The Crucible quest is very grindy. You know, just a little more
Calcify
grindy.
Fragments is pretty grindy
Well,
too.
I
Yeah.
think the grind was like built into the game more because they probably knew that there wasn't going to be DLC coming.
I think you're right though, Patrick. Because there's just less to choose from. Where in year 2 we had, or year 1 we had vanilla, we had, the 2 DLCs. In year 2 we had the Dark Below and the April update, which we got a little bit in the April update they could choose from, but not much. They did pull from the April update.
Yeah, actually, we didn't finish all the Moments of Triumph that we had to complete for year 2.
We're still
yet.
going
We
through.
stopped
We're
at
still
the
going
Shack's
through.
bounty.
Yeah.
We did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
It's easy to lose track.
one of the things about Moments of Triumph Year 2 that I like more is that you immediately get the rewards. Like you immediately get your shaders and emblems.
Yeah.
Once you like select
great.
that done.
Well, and
I was
also
like, oh
there's
sweet,
more.
I got it now. Put it on.
Oh, it's like, well, keep in mind in
Yep.
the year 1 versions, you got shader, emblem, ghost, and sparrow for the year 1 versions, right?
Arrow. Yeah.
Eris Morn's Revenge, collect all 50 calcified fragments.
Woo!
That's a long one.
This one right here is, so if you don't have everything, let's say you have never collected any of them, you have a 3-week period that you must plan for to do
Yeah.
this
Yes.
properly. And it does require rating on all 3 weeks and completing it.
Yeah. Requires challenge mode, requires Court of Orcs
Yeah.
on the tier 3 difficulty.
Yep.
Yep.
I think
So
you
don't
can
wait
do,
too long.
This could
Yeah,
be a
don't
real
wait too long,
hangout.
exactly. I think you can do the challenge modes though on normal, right? And still get the calcified fragment. Am I wrong in that in saying that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because
I think,
there was a
You
Yeah.
can still you can do it on either normal or hard. You'll still get the calcified fragment.
yeah, if you're struggling 1 week for like or if you're struggling for the Orcs challenge mode, which can arguably be the hardest out of all of them, just do it on normal so you can res people that die and then get your get that fat stack of 16 orbs.
Most raid groups do the challenge mode when it's up.
Yeah.
Like if it's Golgoroth, everybody runs it. Like nobody wants to lose out on that loot. That's why people are there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still thinking about tier 12 artifacts. Be nice to have one. I'm not like obsessed over tier 12, but if I do happen to get a tier 12 artifact, I'm be like awesome.
Yeah.
I do need
take
a new artifact, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next one is Return to the Reef. Complete the April quests at the gates and return to the prison. So basically do the 2 quests that Varix has for the April update.
Awesome.
Those are filler, right? Filler.
It's filler. It's just like, it's like, with DLC, we had like the 2 raids, and this is like, what happened in April? Oh yeah, we added like something. Let's throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely filler.
That takes like an hour to 2 hours max.
Yeah, that's
to do,
not.
right?
That's nothing. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure everyone's done that.
Did we do the plays the thing yet? Complete the Taken King main quest line? Yeah, we did that one. Challenge of Elders. Complete an Elder Sigil scorecard in the Prison Elders.
Right. That one's pretty
We
easy
did not do
also.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah. That one's pretty easy to do. You just essentially have to play the new Prison Elders and you're good to go.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did the Mountaintop. The third element, equip a fully leveled year 2 subclass on any character.
I think a lot of
Exactly.
people have probably done that.
What exactly is that?
So you basically just have to equip a subclass that is fully leveled up, like either a Sunbreaker
Stormcaller.
or a Stormcaller or a
You just
Void Bow.
equip it, and then it's like, boop. you
Yeah.
I
did it.
think that's bugged for me.
You have
so
to go equip
For
Did
me,
you equip
it did not. Right, yeah, you have to actually equip it once you
Oh.
have the book.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I only
Yeah.
briefly looked at it. I didn't like collect the rewards or anything like that because I wanted to save that for streaming.
I assume if you actually are that character, like that subclass, when you get the book, it'll probably just happen. But
Got
for
it.
me,
That
I
makes
was a Striker Titan when I got the book, so I actually had to go become a Sunbreaker, and then it just popped open. That's
Got it.
completed.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, because I think it was like a golden gun when I picked it up. That's why.
Mhm. Was that all of them? I think that was all of them. Did we
Is
do the
that all
King's
of
Fall on
Yeah.
hard rate? Yeah, we did.
that.
I think we
that
got
was
them
all of them. Yep.
And the sword, exotic sword, and all that. Yeah. Overall, it's definitely. I think it's so compared to year 1 and year 2, it's a more time-consuming process for these moments of triumph. But I do think the difficulty is on the same level with year 1 and year 2.
You think
It's just
so?
this one does. I think so. I think the difficulty is on the same level. It just requires more time investment.
Maybe they don't seem to be as as memorable moments, right? It's not, you're not completing 2 different raids. You're not doing the, your first time beating Skolas, which frankly was an achievement. Beating
Yeah.
Skolas
Oh, yeah.
was an achievement. It was a hard fight. It wasn't like a raid where you can carry people through. You had 3 guys in there, and all 3 of them had to be on their game. Right?
Listen,
I remember trying to do
yeah.
that for the first time it came out with Pope. And we were just
Really?
like, I was like, how long do we keep going for? I don't know.
Listen, it was
Yeah.
stressful waiting
It
5 minutes for
was.
my heavy to cool down and go in there
Right? And that's the other
and
thing.
try to
man.
melt them in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And when it failed, man, I was pissed.
Yeah, and then you gotta
Then you
go.
have to sit
You
there.
gotta spread out and go to get the mines after he's dead.
Yeah.
Twice,
Right?
Twice.
You're like, he's dead. Go. Don't mess
Yes.
this part up.
Right?
Yes, it was.
Definitely
it was a stressful
difficult.
time.
Yeah.
They got rid of the burns. They made that fight better as they went. Like they got rid of the
They did.
burns. Like they kind of made it a better fight. And actually, if you do it now, it's pretty fun to do now. Even if you can go in there and solo it, and it's pretty fun to do solo. But at the time, it was hard. It was hard, and it was unforgiving. And you just, especially when arc burn was the burn, it was just
Oh.
like instant.
And
death.
everyone was just trying to use Fourth Horseman.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
Fourth
just instant
Horseman
death because
bubble.
those captains would come at you. Everything in that room fired
Like
arc burn at
tracking
you.
Bullets, yeah.
Man, you like pop out and boom, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard.
It was pretty painful. It didn't make me want to stream it that often, honestly.
No, I streamed
also-
it once, I think, and I was like, bah.
Yeah, I
I
think
never-
I streamed it. I streamed it one time, and I think Skolas itself took like 3 hours. I was like,
Yep.
and it's not that I was playing with incompetent teammates. I was, we were fully capable of handling our what we need to do. It's just one thing after the other getting unlucky, and then timing, just yeah.
Yeah, one of the first times I streamed on the Planet Destiny channel was doing that. I had one friend from my raid group, and then we decided to just grab a viewer in to be our third. And the viewer turned out not to have a mic. So when it was his turn to
Excellent.
pass the taint, we just told him to dance.
It's never gonna not be.
So
funny.
we had to we had to read it in the thing that he was dancing and come over to make sure that like we passed the taint correctly. It was difficult.
Boy.
It was difficult.
Coordination, man.
Thank you.
What's that?
Coordination.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bungie, for introducing a mechanic that ended up being called the Taint, and that will forever make us giggle when referring to it because we are all immature as hell.
Wasn't it? I think like the name was it taints your light. Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it just
the
became
taint.
so obvious that we were calling it the taint.
Well, you're not gonna call it.
Skolas' taint.
I think I called it the disease for a while.
Taint's
Nice.
easier to
Like
say.
I got the disease.
No, you didn't. Come on.
And then
Come on.
people
No,
thought
you
that
didn't.
was weird.
because
They're like, let's be honest.
because saying his taint is on me isn't any weirder.
No, that's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Because you're referring to a raid mechanic. You could call it whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. It's great to be so serious about it too. It'd be like, I got the taint. You take it. Take the taint. Take the taint. Oh my God. Now we're wiping.
Are you afraid of the taint? What's the matter with you?
Get in there.
Oh man.
I did enjoy the Skolas fight a lot. Had some good memories running it with a couple different people. But yeah, running that fight on stream was always really challenging because even though there's like less people, so the mechanics should be easier, there's also less room for error for when one of the mechanics is this guy dies. Like that's the mechanic if you don't pass it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, rip stream interaction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, you can't talk to stream at
I
all.
read chat and I forgot about the taint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was in year 2. I ended up going back in to try to solo Skolas, and
That's fun.
yeah, no, it's really fun and it's entirely possible. It's fairly easy. You just have to not look at chat. And I had a run where he had like 1% left. And for some reason, I was like, okay, I need to take care of this, reload weapon, and then I just died. I was like, fuck, forgot about the taint.
See, for me, it was the opposite. I had chat reminding me that I had to block the taint.
With the sword, right?
Yeah. The only reason
sword
I could
will block
get
it.
the only way I could get through it is with chat in there telling me, look at the screen, pull out the sword.
And you're like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Same thing
it's
happens with Golgoroth, right? When
Yeah.
you're trying to pass it and people are counting and like, how much time do we have? We haven't heard from you for like 10 seconds. And then they start panicking and it's funny.
Yeah. I think it took me a solid 2 months to finally get that down to where I could like count and read chat properly. It took me a long time before Golgoroth was an instant death because I was reading chat.
Yep.
I don't count anymore when I do it. I just assume like people will realize they need to get the hell out of there.
Damage is overrated.
Yeah. What you guys got any like favorite memories of any of these like from the year? We've been doing these for quite a while. Like anybody got any like top memories?
Mine's still definitely going through that raid for the first time.
Yeah.
We were streaming it.
Yeah. That was
I
I
pretty
think that's a
epic
big
moment.
thing for a lot of people is that
Yeah.
first time in any raid, going in blind.
Mm-hmm. And even though it took 12 hours for us, it was just passing it and having the experience of that whole journey was just
It's
can't
awesome.
recreate it. Yeah, it's not
No,
recreatable.
it's so good.
I do really remember doing the sword quest because it was such a grind because I had made the horrible decision of doing Dark Drinker on my Titan. It was such a freaking grind that when I finally got that sword, I was really amped about it. Like I was really happy.
I like how
That's funny.
no matter the
But
sword,
it doesn't really compare to the raid.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
when picking those exotic swords, no matter which one that you picked, like all of them were really cool in their own way. I picked the arc one, and I was I was just ecstatic because I could fling destructo discs everywhere, and it was so cool
Yeah.
to use that in PvP, especially like to predict someone coming around a corner from across the map. Just fling it, and then just wait for it, and then it just hits someone. And you're like, yeah, got it. Is a super super fun weapon, and then everyone was going, oh no, the Gala sword is the best one because I mean in PvE it would basically one hit everything.
Yeah.
It looked cool, and then Dark Drinker also really awesome for killing everything everywhere.
Yeah, it was almost
Getting
a
a
defensive
multi-kill
weapon.
With that Dark Drinker in Crucible was my highlight.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty
I have not
good.
done
You
that
just do a
yet.
I
spin,
might
you're
have to
like,
give that a
especially if
shot.
you're on a Night Stalker and you can like tether them and you're like,
Ooh.
pray to
Oh.
them.
Oh, tethered also? Oh my god.
Living the dream.
I might have to
That's
give that a
dirty.
shot. That sounds great.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. You know what they need in the future for if they're gonna have a ridiculously long quest line that they know is gonna require an investment of time and hours and effort, they need to have tooltips on there.
What do you mean?
You know? Like, maybe you shouldn't do this on a Titan.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, this quest is difficult for Titans.
FYI,
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
future steps
No.
of this quest is going to be to do
Yeah.
ability kills, and that's going to be really fucking hard on a Titan.
Yeah. Hey, noticed you're on a Titan. Maybe you shouldn't pick up the Dark Drink.
Yeah, maybe another sword is for you.
Yeah. That'd be
pretty
really
good.
nice.
That would have been nice. Because it
Yeah.
did. It crushed my resolve to get the other swords. I only just recently started getting the other sword quest done.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't done them on an Xbox. I don't know if I'm going to do them on an Xbox.
Yeah.
But I got all three now on PS4 as of... Actually, I got all the exotics now on PS4.
So, Tefty,
The
you know what's
first
got
quest
me
was the last
scared
one.
is that, the Scorpio's coming out next year, right?
Yeah.
You know, and if Destiny is like that much better on the Scorpio, I'm going to want to have that shit, man. I'm going to want to have that shit.
Oh, no.
I
Oh no.
I can't foresee.
Damn
the
it,
game.
Briar.
I can't foresee the game being better. On
If it
one
runs
console
at a
than the other.
higher resolution or a higher frame rate with all that power,
Teraflops.
Eh.
6 mighty teraflops of data
Mhm.
pumping through your screen.
I
That sounds
These are the
mighty
most beautiful
sexual.
pixels you've ever seen.
the
you.
most beautiful, the best pixels.
thank
the
you,
best
Donald Trump.
pixels.
Thank you, Donald Trump. But we have the
Teraflops
best
is a
words.
really funny word.
It is,
Yeah,
right?
it is. It's a good
Teraflops?
one.
Teraflops.
But if that
Fair.
is the console, like if that's the best looking version of Destiny, that's the one I'm going to want to use in YouTube videos, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy that I'm
Most-
dual. You know what I hope? Like, okay, guys,
I'm getting,
All
I'm
right.
This
getting ready
would
to
be
get
Sounds
sciencey
like it's
on
going to be
this.
mega. Hold on.
phenomenal.
I'm holding on to my chair here.
Hold on to your chair. Imagine if Destiny 2, they decided that it was time to merge your account. To where if you played
God, please.
on PS4, the same stuff is over on Xbox, and if there's exclusives, you just can't use them. They're like grayed out, you know?
A+.
Please.
Please.
I would really like that because then I'd play on Xbox.
Yeah.
Destiny's
Right?
such a time sink of a game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's hard to play on two consoles. Like, I don't know how Tefty's been doing it for this long. Like, I have serious trouble doing
Hardcore
it.
drugs.
Hardcore drugs. A lot of silver Krylons gone into this quest.
Like I'm grinding for an LDR right now on Xbox, and I'm like, it's got to be one of the most boring weapons to grind for
Oh.
because it's like strikes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just got to do strikes.
Strikes.
Yeah.
So just
Strikes.
Briar, the argument that we want the best possible footage for our videos.
Yeah.
55% of our YouTube audience watches content on a mobile phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's irrelevant because when I put content out, I know
Mobile
that
phone
I personally
could be a
want it to
6S
look the
Plus.
best it could look. Plus, if you put it out, like let's say that you could display Destiny at 4K and I could capture it at 4K and then I could upload it at 4K. Now
God,
we're
I hope
fucking
you have.
talking.
I hope you have some nice hard drives and a really, really good internet connection. Because holy shit,
4K
Yeah,
video
that's
looks
true.
phenomenal on YouTube,
Mhm.
and even
It
if you're
does,
not
yeah.
watching it in 4K, it looks better at 1080p because you get a higher bandwidth when
yep,
you're watching
Yep,
it.
yep. Which is
So
what
it's
I used to upscale some of my videos to 4K, but it was just kind of like I don't feel like uploading like a 10 gigabyte
those
file.
render times
Yeah.
too are pretty rough.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Pat. I get you, but I think that's more like for you phones that are past their time because most new phones now that are decent have high resolution screens.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, 4K
They do.
screens. Yeah,
They do. It's still
Yeah.
just like the screen's this big. See how big this is.
Yeah, but you don't watch videos this close?
I don't do this. I'm not
Why
Google
not?
cardboarding this shit.
Aren't you going to play VR on your phone? Come on.
You know how far away my phone usually is from me? Well, I'm usually about this
How
far.
far?
About around.
I can't see it. I can't
Then
see
there
it.
you go. That's an
Yeah.
accurate description. I'm not gonna move. There you go. Do you get a?
Jesus.
It's about around that
Mine's
far
probably
away,
like
aka when I'm on the fucking toilet. That's
this
how
far
that's
away.
all. This is how far away.
Yeah, this is probably
phone
about
is.
the
I
same.
got this little like
This
ring
is-
thing on the back of my phone so I could just stand it on the nightstand or on like a picnic table. And
Oh,
I
nice.
watch a lot of YouTube videos like that.
Oh, that's cool. I want one of those. Where'd you get that?
I pretty much always
it's all over the
have
place.
a
It's called like the
stream
iRing,
going.
and you can hold your phone by it so you don't drop your phone all the time.
That's freaking awesome. I want one of those.
I like that.
It's pretty cool.
I like that.
What's our next topic?
I mean,
4K video. Wait,
4K
hold on. We
video.
should finalize this. We should finalize this actually because you said if it comes over to Scorpio and
Yeah.
they did actually allow graphical enhancements to be even more. So, man, it would be a tough call not to want to main Xbox.
Yeah, man.
It really would.
Like, I mean, I'm all about the Jade Rabbit, but that thing's gonna be on Xbox.
Yeah,
There will be PlayStation exclusives, I'm sure of it, in year 3, right? We all know that's coming. But do you really care? Like, I know the PlayStation or the Xbox guys get upset about it, but as a player who plays on both, I don't really miss them when I'm playing on Xbox One. I suppose I would have more in year 1 with the Hawkmoon, because the Hawkmoon was so like high in the meta. But
Right.
even then, you got Thorn and Last Word. Like, so to me,
Yeah.
it'd be if I could get a better graphical experience for my YouTube or my Twitch channel, I'm gonna probably main that console.
But what about the PlayStation exclusive armor?
Don't care. Although I do like the Barkham Dune on the Warlock. I think that looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I think like content wise, Sector 618 can burn in a toilet. In some warehouse.
I wish I could
downtown,
uninstall it.
you know?
We were talking about it on stream today. I remember with Call of Duty, you used to be able to uninstall DLC. So if you don't like the maps in a DLC, you can uninstall it, and then it just never come up, right?
You know,
We're
a lot
not
of
in
people
that playlist
uninstalled
anymore.
the DLC because the DLC gave you sweatier players.
oh,
Really?
So they would uninstall the DLC to get gameplay and just play on the base game because there were easier players.
And you could
Really?
you could install it on a USB stick, so you could plug it in, unplug it whenever you wanted.
just pull the
pro
USB stick
strats.
mid match if you don't like it.
I don't know if it worked that way. I'm not sure if it worked that way, but yeah, I mean, if I could uninstall Sector 618, I would.
I would too.
Yep.
Not
You've been warned, Xbox.
yeah, not to not to
coming.
be like, hey, not to like talk down on the Bungie designers, but Jesus Christ, I'm tired of symmetrical maps. I'm just so tired of perfectly symmetrical maps, and that's one of them for Rift. Just please don't. I hope those aren't coming in year 3.
For me, it comes down to special and the shotgun focus. It's just like such a shotgun focus map.
You see, to me, it's not because it pissed me off. It's that every time I jump, there's some asshole hiding in a corner somewhere across the map with hard scoping me. And every time I get my head up above the railing when I'm on those bridges, bloop.
Just waiting.
Yeah. Every time I play that map, there's some hard scoper just constantly picking me off.
Every time I play Destiny, some hard scoper.
Hard
on a map.
scoper.
Either I'm hard scoping or they're hard scoping me.
Oh, yeah. When I hard scope, it's perfectly okay. Not a problem.
Definitely. When I get killed when I'm hard scoping, I'm like, you know what? I deserve that.
Yeah,
was
I do
straight up
too.
Hard scoping.
Yeah, and it happens frequently, frankly.
Yeah, just looking at that lane, hoping somebody comes on reticle. Boom, party crasher.
I'm waiting for
plus
that
1.
guy to peek out the second time, and then his buddy comes around with the party crasher.
Yep, it's always a party crasher too.
Yeah.
Yep, a perfectly god rolled party crasher.
Yep.
To which I've had none. I've had none of those.
I'm with you, 5,000. I've had one party crasher drop for me, and it was a
Same.
horrid roll. Yeah. When I shotgun, I'm still using the quest line.
The conspiracy.
Yeah, that's still the best shotgun I've gotten in year 2.
So I've had, I think I've had 3 party crashers drop across both consoles. 2 of them on PS4, 1 on Xbox. I did get aggressive ballistics and like rifle barrel on the Xbox One, so that's a good one. But I've had 0 Aslunas.
None.
I've never.
Really?
See, I've
an
had
Asluna
I've had a
drop.
lot of them.
Watts, I think you play the most PvP out of all of us, though. Like basically, whenever you play, you're doing PvP. You're not.
Yeah, I don't do PvE
Yeah.
stuff at all.
But I've had 0.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's not
pretty
many.
crazy.
That's less than 1.
Yeah. None.
None.
Briar's
It's
onto something
actually
here.
blowing my mind at this point.
Yeah, I've only.
It's not like I don't play PvP. I've been playing PvP majorly for the past like 2 months.
I've only had like 3 of them drop. They're pretty rare.
My first one, I'm gonna make some people angry out here that really like shotguns, was an aggressive ballistics rangefinder rifled barrel, and then I think it was knee pads.
You sharded it, right?
Filthy.
Yeah, I deleted it on stream, or it was like it was like my highest light level thing at the time too, because it was still very early on in the expansion. I was like, I don't want this to corrupt anything that I could possibly infuse it into, and I just deleted it on stream.
You know what they call that? Fanaticism.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
There every week in the YouTube comments I read that we are unbelievably biased to the point that it's almost fanatic about sniper rifles. We love them and everything.
Oh, I get quite the opposite.
I know. But really, it's just I don't like shotgun playstyle. It doesn't interest me.
I do. I think it's a lot of fun. I play with sidearms. I play with shotguns. I play with fusion rifles. I really love playing with fusion rifles right now because it's been so long since they've been viable. And I'll play with sniper rifles. And depending on what kind of mood I am or what that character happens to have when I load into PvP, I'll just start playing with it. And I think running around with shotguns is a lot of fun. And I think shotguns are actually in a good place right now. And I understand that a lot of people are pissed off about the range of shotguns. And I don't really think it's a problem with shotguns. I think it's a problem with primaries right now.
Yeah, no, I'm in complete agreement with you there, Briar. The shotguns are in a very good spot right now. If you die to one, it's not because the shotgun cross mapped you. It's because you probably either didn't regress in time, didn't have the correct awareness. There are multiple things, and usually it's your fault. Why?
I will say I'm dying to shotguns more often since update 2.3 because I was using Doctrine so much as a primary, and that had a very fast time to kill. I was able to spray shotgunners down a lot easier than I am able to now. Like just that little tick that we lost with the Doctrine of Passing has slowed down my primary kill time just enough that I get killed by a lot more shotguns than I was getting killed by before update 2.3.
I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like I get killed by shotguns like at least 50% of the time. I feel like
Universal Remote also got sold by Xur, and I feel like that was very.
And I have since Iron Banner Clash, I don't know if this disease is going to get out of my body because Universal Remote and Sniper is pretty fun.
Yeah, it is. It is super fun.
Tefty, don't I recall like last week you absolutely just talking with nothing but venom in your voice about
I think he was doing it last week too.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
about Universal Remote and Titan.
And then I started using it throughout the rest of the week, and slowly like
became
I'm like
that guy?
I'm like Darth Tefty now.
It's fun. It's a fun build, man. Like,
it's very fun
because you get a shotgun sniper build, but you don't have to use the that terrible primary sniper that I can't remember the name of right now.
Universal Remote?
No Land?
No Land Beyond, yeah.
Oh, No Land Beyond. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were talking about the other one. Yeah, you see that gun, for me, it takes a lot more skill to use than No Land Beyond. The Universal Remote it's a shotgun that doesn't necessarily directly compete with Party Crasher, because Party Crasher with the God roll is better. Like, no doubt about it, it's better. But the Universal Remote it's solid enough to be consistent in playstyle as a shotgun rusher. And the shotgun rushing meta is fun. No doubt about it. These maps, they are fun. These maps really have been set up to allow that shotgun rush. Like if you see somebody in the radar and you're playing that game, whether or not who's going to rush who, whatever, and it's all about positioning of how much height you have versus them, and if they're predicting you or you predicted where they're going to be, and then you hit them, with a headshot or whatever. It's a fun meta to play. And then being able to have the long range, boom, just killed somebody with a shotgun. Now scope down this hallway. Oh, I'm getting rushed. Pull up the shotgun again, vice versa. It's very fun. The problem is that the ammo situation, like the reason why we see so many shotguns in the Crucible is because of special ammo. And they're extremely viable, so why not use them? And the Universal Remote adds to that. You can have a shotgun constantly that is not as good as Party Crasher, but it's not that far behind. When you ADS with that thing, you can get some serious.
Well, it's got that damage boost if you hit for crits, right?
Yeah.
So if you hit headshots, especially which you do often, especially if you're in the air a lot, shooting down on people, you put a lot of pellets on a guy's head, and it can kill from fairly ridiculous distances.
Bones of AO, increased control or whatever, and then an agility build with fast recovery.
Yeah,
you could just like run across the map and then boost up, pop somebody in the face, and then as soon as crowd control procs, then it is definitely better than Party Crashing +1 when you have crowd control procced.
And plus you have a much more, in my hands, a much more effective sniper than No Land Beyond.
Oh yeah,
No Land Beyond to me is a very difficult weapon to use. I know there's a lot of players who are very, very good with it. I'm not one of those players. I have to be like standing dead still and like aim it like a turret to hit a headshot with that thing.
Yeah. I can get good with it. I stop using it, and I'm like, I'm awful with it. Once again, I feel like it's something you have to use on a very consistent basis to actually be good with it.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely.
Tefty, my dad at a very young age imparted upon me a lesson that I've taken throughout my entire life. There's a kid at school who was always bullying me, and I said, "Oh, I hate him." And then my dad said, "Watch out, because you can become what you hate." And Tefty,
I've become what I hate.
You have become what you hate.
What you hate.
So,
well, I mean, it's not a perfect setup. It's not like it's some kind of overpowered setup. I'm sorry. I know that people think it is. You have a huge problem with mid-range engagements with that gun, with that setup. You have, a real problem unless you are really quick at getting those scopes with a sniper rifle, which, I've seen you use a sniper rifle, Tefty, and you're pretty damn good with it. So you might not have the issue that I have when I run that setup.
Sometimes it works.
Right? But I mean, you do have a very significant mid-range disadvantage.
That's what I find too.
You have to really be careful about picking your engagements, and there is skill to using a shotgun. I see Pope Bear in the comments, but there is skill to using a shotgun. You can't be in those. You can't be in those long sight lines. You got to avoid those, sniper lanes. You have to, bounce around. You have to. I'm sorry, I understand a lot of people, think it's, just an easy way to play, but.
Yeah, it's definitely not a no skill type of thing, because if you rush somebody directly with a shotgun, whether running at them or jumping at them, they are going to mow you down with the primary.
Yeah.
Easy. It is the easiest thing to do ever. Just Doctrine or Last Word or, gom them in the face. But if they're around the corner and you don't know they have a shotgun and you're thinking I'm going to Last Word them, they can jump, and like you said, have that vertical advantage.
Especially if you just saw him peering around the corner with a sniper rifle, so you figure you can rush in there.
That's the best bait ever. Oh my God, it's so good. You're like, check out my glint. It's shiny.
Flash some Morse code.
Oh, is that a universal remote?
Flash some Morse code.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. Anybody can get like
a
1.0 KD with a shotgun, but once you're getting higher than that, it's
It's incredibly fun, and the maps are set up for shotguns. They really are.
The best maps, in my opinion, in Destiny are the ones that are set up for kind of everything. Like you could use a shotgun on this map, you can use a sniper rifle on this map, you can use anything. Those are my favorite maps in Destiny.
Yeah.
Well, because you also you encounter people who play differently, right? Because it caters to every playstyle, so then every game is kind of a little bit different. Because you'll go in against people that really like sniping or really like shotgunning, and you can actually experience a different kind of game every time you go on that map.
It's the beauty of Destiny is the variety of weaponry, and this is the first time we've had a meta where there's so many weapons that are usable right now. You can use any primary or you can use any type of primary in the game. You can use any type of secondary weapon in the game. You're not just using rockets anymore. For all year one, all I ever used was rockets. Now, LMGs are much more viable because they nerfed the rockets. To me, it's the best version of Destiny's PvP we've ever had. Do I have problems with it? Yeah. But it's still the best version we've had.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I would say so. Pope's asking what's the counter to a shotgun?
Range.
It's actually Pope, when he came back to PvP, he wasn't there during the transition period of all of a sudden Striker Titans starting to use Juggernaut with universal remote. And it is if you suddenly came into that meta and people are just shotgun rushing you with Juggernaut, it is very difficult to properly counter, but it's not really about countering with gun skill per se. It's more about countering with your positioning. You just have to
range. That's what your counter is.
You have to be aware of where you can retreat to gain maybe a height advantage on that Titan, because the only way he can keep that Juggernaut shield up is moving basically in a straight line.
I see Plan C in the chat a lot too, and that is a very effective counter. I mean,
And
you just whip that
sidearms.
thing out and spray it, and
sidearms too.
Sidearms are very good too.
Yep. Yeah, there's definitely counters. The problem is it's just I think a lot of people aren't set up to counter a shotgun when they jump in the Crucible. Like if they're just casually playing the Crucible, they're not thinking, okay, half the team is going to rush me with a shotgun.
Honestly,
let's play super defensive.
Honestly,
you know?
that's something you kind of need to go into the Crucible thinking. Like, no matter the skill bracket, there's going to be a lot of people, or there's going to probably be about half the players that are going to be being pretty aggressive with a close range playstyle, whether that be last word or just like a shotgun type thing.
And then the other half are going to be hard scoping in their spawn.
Yeah, basically.
You're not wrong, man.
No one plays in the mid range anymore. It's why auto rifles aren't that's why
everybody's complaining about Mida, because you eat everybody's lunch if you stay in the mid range with the Mida.
Yeah.
I just throw smoke at the shotgun rushing guys.
It does.
Just throw it right on
slow
them.
down pretty
Does a
well.
big chunk of damage.
Yep.
They're like all blind, don't know what to do.
They're like, what is this haze? It's so difficult.
Yeah, smoke's perfect against people running at you with a shotgun.
Yeah. I think I said this in the last podcast too, but I really feel like special ammo in general needs to be toned down even further. And I know we've like stepped down further and further and further and further, just keep on stepping down. Like before, you think back to vanilla, you could switch weapons, you wouldn't lose any ammo. You could I think people drop special.
Yeah, they dropped special and they dropped heavy when you killed them, remember?
Yeah.
That was
Believe
awesome.
Yeah, it was a very different world.
I remember playing like an entire Rumble match with my Thunderlord.
Yeah.
Yep, I definitely remember. Like, and then when they made that ammo change, we're like, no, this ruins heavy. You don't get rewarded for killing another heavy. And it's like, well, now the reward is they don't have heavy, and you do. Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot more balance that way.
It was cool though. It was a cool feeling back in the day, like picking off a guy who had heavy and then going picking up his heavy and wasting his teammates with it. It was a cool feeling.
It was crazy though. If like you picked up, let's say 3 people picked up some heavy, and you Nova bombed them. Suddenly there's 3 bricks of heavy that you just picked up right there. Yeah.
I'm not saying it didn't have problems. I'm just saying it was a cool thing. It was like that was fun. I remember. That was a moment of triumph.
Pick up a teammate's heavy.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
we've come a long way with the changes for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know where they could go to limit it unless maybe they just moved it to like a heavy kind of time spawn in terms of special, like how heavy ammo respawns.
I'm really
special could
starting
respawn
to.
like that.
I'm starting to get in line with the guys who are saying that we need to buff primaries.
Welcome
Right,
to the flock, Briar. Welcome to the flock.
Right, or like. I still believe that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
The 0.8 KD is kind of the sweet spot, and they want to keep pushing it to like a 0.9 or a 1 second KD on all primaries, and I really still think that 0.8, even a 0.75 KD is very acceptable. It allows you to counter special weapons much better. You can spray down a rushing. If a shotgunner is rushing you. And you're prepared for that, you can spray him down if he's not being evasive. If you get into a fight at long distances with a Mida, with a scout rifle, and that scout rifle had a 0.75 or 0.8 KD, it's much easier to fend off against a sniper than it is with a 1 second or 1.2 second KD. I don't know. It's to me, limiting special just it takes away some of the flavor of the game. And I think that it's not that. I don't know. I'm still working on the idea, to be honest with you. Like I'm still mulling it over. I'm not positive it's a good idea because I do want primary battles to be battles, right? I don't want to be
That's the thing.
First come, first
You
serve.
start
That's
dropping
that's
that?
my big thing. Yeah,
But,
I
I
don't
mean-
want it to be a Call of Duty. I saw you first,
See?
so I win.
But
I want it to be
Call
like,
of Duty
I
is like
can
a
outplay you.
0.2 second KD, right?
But still, there's a threshold that you cross that suddenly it's
There
like
is.
it does not matter.
There
it
is.
doesn't
Yeah.
like sure there's going to be some that are absolutely going to be more effective because of consistency, but it starts feeling like it just blends into each other.
The problem though is that special is so much. Special weapons are so superior to primary weapons that if you have ammo for it, there's absolutely no reason to be running around with a primary.
See, that's the thing, though. There's too much ammo. There's just way too much special ammo. It's not special.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't know.
that.
I could go either way on this. I could,
I highly
go either
suggest
way.
you guys go watch the last week's and the week before that's Crucible Radio podcast.
I watched them.
And it's not to think of that. You need to think of it more that the weapon itself has a special role to play, not it's special in its I don't know, like power level, I guess. I mean, it does have a higher power level, but the ammo just allows you to use that very specific role of a weapon. And the part that I kind of didn't really.
That's the same thing with heavy, though.
Yeah, it is, and heavy is unbelievably powerful compared to special. Like compare a machine gun to the special weapon. You can go on a massive tear with a machine gun at very long ranges. Rocket launchers are a very safe weapon to use because you can use them from an even greater distance and not even be in line of sight by the time that rocket is going to detonate on something.
Mm-hmm.
But the part of the podcast that was really interesting to listen to was listen to them discuss primaries, and because that was one of the big community questions on like time to kill in the relation to primaries, and it was that they kind of viewed they wanted fights to be more based around team shooting people, and if you look at primary balance in terms of team shooting, then yeah, it feels really good right now. But the problem is that we have so many 1v1 engagements in the game that trying to dictate a game or the weapon balance of all PvP around team shooting, which isn't going to be happening in most, if not almost every single playlist, due to no people not communicating a game with voice, people just kind of playing casually. They want to go in and just maybe play a couple games. They don't want to have to sweat and do team shooting type stuff. Yeah, like so maybe they need to bring it more in line with 1v1 because team shooting is always going to be quick. That's why it's called team shooting. So
yeah, but if they lower the time to kill even further, that team shoots like so fast.
It already is. It already is.
It's very quick. Yeah, it's like if you get two doctrines shooting you at the same time, it feels like you just died instantly.
Yeah, like I could get a guy's
any weapon really are going to kill you instantly.
Two less, like just take two weapons of the top 5 weapons. By the way, they had a great thing where it's like, oh well, clearly the top like 1 and 10% are using weapons that are so much different from the rest of the player base. Not true, actually. The top weapons for the top 10% and the bottom 90% are all Last Word, Hawksaw, Mida, Grasp of Malik, and then
just in slightly different order.
Basically the top 5 weapons just in a slightly different order. And
do you think that's because
the
of
problem
YouTube
is
and Twitch, though?
What do you mean if it's because of YouTube and Twitch?
I mean,
people are just emulating what they see on YouTube and Twitch.
No.
Yeah, like the information disseminates.
No, because then people on YouTube and Twitch.
How can you say no? How can you?
Yeah, how can you say no?
Of course, the information disseminates because people on YouTube and Twitch are going to be playing more often, so they're going to find out what is the most effective weapon to possibly use, and then people are going to, of course, see that yes, that is indeed.
They're going to.
So they're going. Yeah. So they're going to use it, but not to say that if a bunch of YouTubers were saying that like this one particular weapon is really good when in fact it's utter shit. No, it wouldn't see play because people will probably realize that, hey, this weapon's absolute shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Okay. Oh, you want an example? No Land Beyond. No Land Beyond is a primary sniper rifle, kills in one headshot. It is,
nobody's making YouTube videos saying this is the easiest gun, it's the best weapon in the game.
Yeah,
nobody's making that.
No one's making it. But if you look purely statistically,
even the guys who are using it all the time are like, yo, you got to practice with this weapon.
Yeah, you got to practice weapon
like,
to get good.
If you're going against a good team, then you put down the No Land Beyond.
Yeah,
it's not gonna
But you would think we would see more of it because it's a primary sniper rifle. No. Yeah.
I think the majority of YouTubers and streamers are still using what you just said, though, and I don't know, like
because
in
it's the
vacuum,
most effective strategy. So they're going to use it. So to blame the population using the most effective strategy on YouTube and Twitch, that's not the problem because the community itself will find out what the best thing is.
There
to use
are
anyway.
there are clearly highly effective weapons. The people who play the most are going to find them first. they're going to tell their friends about it, or they're going to make YouTube videos about it, or they're going to be on Twitch like using them. Other people who follow that kind of thing are going to see that. They're going to tell their friends. They're going to make YouTube videos. They're going to do Twitch, and it's just going to spread throughout the community. The best weapons of the game are always going to be found. They're always going to be found fairly quickly. It's very rare that a sleeper kind of gets found out later on.
I feel even more so than Twitch and YouTube. It's like if you're in the Crucible and you get melted by something, you're like, what is that?
Sure.
And if it consistently keeps happening, you're like, I want one of those. I want to use that. And then they use it and they're like, wow, this is great. And then it keeps building like that. Because I know I've got melted by things and been like, oh, I have one of those. Let me go and try and see if I can do the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
So the best weapons are always going to rise.
Maybe it's because we've been playing this version of Destiny for like just about a year at this point.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
actually probably it, honestly. That's why like data like that, like how the bottom 90 and the top 10 are essentially using the same stuff.
Of course,
it's
there's
like,
no separation there.
Yeah, the game has been out for this long, and people have discovered most of the nuances at this point.
Well, I think we all want the same thing in terms of the whole primary special situation. We just have different ways of getting to it.
There's so many
I think
different
most
ways, too.
people, right. I think most people would enjoy more primary gunfights.
Yeah.
They're more interesting. They're more fun. It's a bigger test of skill, in my opinion. If it's two people just going head to head having a primary gunfight, I think that's a lot more interesting.
The gunfights last longer, which makes them more chaotic and therefore more fun. That's how I feel about it. It's just like you got people ducking and diving behind cover, popping back out. You got this kind of back and forth play with a primary. Where with a sniper, you got two people at the end of the map. Whoever gets a headshot first wins and moves on to the next one. With
and they're not
shotgun,
really engaging with a fight either. It's not really an engaging fight. It's we're standing here and who shoots first is going to get the shot. That's why I love primary gunfights. I love them. I wish that we could just have more primary gunfights. And I hope that Bungie does start to move in a direction that allows that to happen more frequently. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not a designer. I don't work on the game. So I'm sure they have a lot better of an idea as to some things that they could do to switch things up, but I'm hoping that they do move into the direction of more primary.
I hope so too.
Me
I
too.
really feel like the special ammo surplus, or it's been massive amount of special ammo and it's been slowly step down. I think we're now at a point where like, okay, now there's perks that are a problem and there's just too much special in 6v6s.
There's definitely perks that are problems too still.
Yeah, there's problem perks and there's just too much special if we want primaries to have a focus. And I don't know if Bungie wants primaries to have a focus, honestly. That's what I pick up in between the lines.
I kind of agree with you, Safety, is that
Yeah.
special weapons are meant to be special. When you have ammo for it, you should prefer using it because it's special.
Exactly. They're one-hit kills for a reason. And primaries are supposed to have a time to kill that makes interesting primary fights. So I want the primary time to kill to stay the same, and I want the special ammo to be reduced. But things like universal remote negate any special ammo changes. They really do. So
can we like hop off this topic though, because this is one of those weekly ones that always seems to recur, and I think we've all set our piece.
We all know our opinions, and
I don't know. My
we will see
opinion is
what
definitely
Bungie gives us
evolving on this still.
in the future.
That's why we come back to it every week, Briars. We want to hear.
Yeah.
We want to hear where you're at.
It's your fault.
status update, man.
Do we want to?
So what's next?
I think we can move to a couple of Twitter questions. But before we do that, I need to not be bad at my job and pull up my ad copy to read. There we go.
Awesome.
How about we talk about Blue? Because no doubt you've noticed these wild mics and headphones that we are using. They're just some of the iconic Blue gear. Messed it up this week. Iconic gear that Blue creates. Blue
ad copy.
Blue's award-winning products are the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers. Their Yeti USB mic is the internet's most popular microphone, and their MoFi and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and a very personalized fit. Blue offers everything you need to completely immerse yourself in the ultimate gameplay experience. Learn more about Blue at bluemic.com. Just a little reminder, we had a giveaway last week. I forgot. I didn't really remind people as much about it, but yeah, every podcast that ends in the number 7, we're doing a giveaway for some like Blue gear. So be sure to tune in.
But
for
you got to
those.
be here for the live stream.
Live stream. live stream.
Yes.
Got to be here for the live stream. It's not afterward on YouTube. It's just here on the live stream. Can I tell a quick story about a blue microphone that was really interesting?
I mean, okay.
Real quick. It's real quick. My my father,
Oh, yeah.
he talks on the phone a lot for a living, and he does a lot of conference calls on Skype and web conferencing software. So he came to visit last week, and of course I've got this setup, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, if you're gonna do a conference call on Skype, you should check out my setup. And everybody, he's using a blue mic here, and he's really enjoying himself. And everybody's like, you sound so different. We didn't even know what you sounded like. Because like the difference between using like an iPhone headset or like the built-in computer speakers, everybody was shocked what he sounded like.
Yeah,
it was kind of funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing what high quality audio gear does if you're actually trying to pay attention
blue
to it.
mics.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So moving on to some Twitter questions, Briar.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them today. I'll start at the top of the list and move my way downward.
That sounds like a valid strategy.
I thought so. At JRock3639, do you all as leaders of the community find it difficult to find the line between criticism and complaining? I will say yes to this.
Yes.
I definitely find it difficult sometimes. Especially on a day like today where I want to be congratulatory toward Bungie for making such an awesome game that like has, this amazing community has formed around. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the hard work that you do on a daily basis to make Destiny as good as it is. And then I come on the podcast and I bitch about, skill-based matchmaking or something like that. Yeah, I definitely find it hard to find that line sometimes, especially
I go on rants
in a live conversation like this, where like I'll kind of go off on something. Whereas like a video, I'll be like, that was a little too shitty.
Yeah, then you'll be like, okay, I'm going too far here. Let's delete this part.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of you kind of learn as you go on. I think a lot of times we'll still find ourselves complaining just to maybe fill some time in the podcast if there's not a lot to talk about. Hey, you should have it. You know what? I don't think we talked enough about matchmaking this week. Let's get back into that. You always do that to make sure there's content. But as far as criticism goes, I think complaining and criticism do kind of go hand in hand, because all complaints are derived from some from some well-meaning form of criticism. So you kind of have to listen to the parts that are relevant and then maybe tune it out when it starts to get repetitive.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think just straight positivity all the time is helping anybody either.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that argument where, complaining isn't going to help anything. If you love the game, you'd stop complaining about it all the time. I don't buy that fucking argument one bit. No. The reason I make my complaints public is so that hopefully they can get fixed.
Yeah. I experienced that essentially yesterday with Memes did an Iron Banner highlight, and there happened to be some complaining about lag. It's Iron Banner.
It was a bad
Iron Banner.
It was a bad Iron Banner, right?
Yeah, and we complained about it, and then we got to fix this week. So
right, exactly. Yeah. So the comments or like the initial feedback was very interesting to me, because it was very much like, you're complaining and yet you're like, some of it's you're just getting outplayed, or you just missed your shot, and so on and so forth. And I totally get that, because in the fog of annoyance over really laggy games, it transfers over into other games. So you just start feeling like there's an imbalance that's there, and so you complain. And it is very difficult to hold criticism versus complaints separate. In fact, it's almost impossible, because they do bleed into each other very much so. And I think as a content creator, you have every right to point out things that you think are wrong. Like that's part of being a content creator. Yeah, it's like it's part of the job. It's like, just like you said, nobody wants to just blow roses up Bungie's ass and think that that's a good thing.
Are you kidding me, dude? We have to get our monthly paychecks from Bungie. What are you talking about?
Monthly and the streamer perks.
And the streamer perks.
The
extra
health, extra aim assist, extra extra pizza delivered to your door.
I gotta be much nicer to Bungie. I am fucking up over here.
I'm complaining all the time.
There's no way people actually believe you get more aim assist.
People think you get.
There's no way.
They think you have better RNG. They think you have better matches. They think you have dedicated servers. Yeah. I know.
Those people
Crazy.
should consider not integrating with the public.
Not the kindest way.
That is
not the kindest
scary.
way I saw that
was...
going.
That was so savage in the sweetest way. It's amazing.
That was very nice. It was.
So I'm just recently within the past 24 hours having this experience of that question. So it's interesting thinking about it. And it did make me think, okay, when I stream, maybe I need to hold back some of these complaints that I do all the time. Because I do say it a lot. But at the same time, like I said, it is my right to point out things that are technically not working in the game. So they do get fixed in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect example is right now. The Iron Bandit was the worst we'd seen it. Me and Tefty were both saying it's the worst we've seen it since December last year. Yeah. And this week, we got an update to the Control playlist. I was playing Control for, I want to say 3 or 4 hours today. And it was a huge improvement. Huge improvement.
Yeah.
So they pulled back on skill-based matchmaking. Hopefully, this is the trend that they're going to spread throughout the Crucible. We didn't talk about this either, is that it looks like, from what they were saying, is it looks like the skill-based matchmaking is maybe going to be dynamic based on player population at the time.
That sounds.
Did you guys get that impression?
That makes sense, pretty much. Yeah. Kind of makes sense.
I mean, of course, Bungie was vague as normal, but just their language they used made it feel like maybe it'd be dynamic based on player population, which makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. It's definitely interesting.
But from my limited experience, Control felt pretty good today.
Nice.
Like I saw.
I'm gonna have to try that.
That's good.
1 or 2
I'm gonna
red
try
bars.
that. I am also going to try to be a little more conscious of my complaints when I'm streaming, and because some of those streams end up being like videos on my YouTube channel, And
yeah, for me, it's not even complaining about the game; it's complaining about the players. I definitely need to stop doing that.
It's so difficult to
I'm like,
separate
I
the
hate
game
this
from
guy.
the
It's
players.
the worst.
Right?
Have you ever
comes
done
to the
that?
stream and he's
Watts,
like,
have you ever
"Hey,
done that and then
Big
got a really
fan,
nice
right?
message from the guy on PlayStation later?
Oh yeah.
I think I probably
yeah.
have.
Did that today.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, oh, I'm such a big fan. I'm like, I hate you. Why are you messaging me? Don't talk to me.
Quit messaging me with your freaking 56K modem, damn it.
I'm like, you're a red bar. We don't like you. Get out of
Or
here.
the one
Yeah.
or the.
It's like I have fiber.
My favorite is
Like-
the ones that are like they're teleporting all over the place. They're red bar. I'm like, dude, man, what are you doing? And then I'll see them like come into the stream and be like, hey man, I'm a huge fan. I'm watching the stream right now. I'm like, dude, thank you. You're awesome. Thank you for tuning in. But please turn the stream off while you're playing because you're teleporting everywhere.
And I see that a lot. We'll play against people. They'll have a red bar. Be like, could you not watch the stream while you play? And they'll turn it off and it'll be fine.
Right. Isn't that interesting?
Don't watch streams while you play the game.
But
Stop it.
see, I think that's fundamentally a problem for Bungie. Like at its
For sure.
core,
Yeah.
It
they
shouldn't affect the connection that much.
No.
Exactly. A 6v6 should not require a megabit of upload and a megabit of download to properly play.
Oh, let's
Like,
not get
that's-
in. Let's
that's
not get,
their
let's not
problem.
get into the connections
Yeah,
thing.
Are
again.
you saying
Yeah,
there's a
moving on.
possible problem with some sort of code?
Nope.
No,
Game's
no,
fine.
no,
Like I said,
no.
I'm not complaining anymore.
All right, let's move on to
It's
our next
perfect.
question. We spent like
The
20
game is
minutes on
100%
one
perfect.
question. At Gravia, have any of you played Pokemon Go? And if so, is it good when the servers are live? Has anybody
It kept
played
crashing for me. I gave up.
it?
I haven't.
You weren't
played it.
able to get it working?
No.
I haven't either. I've downloaded it today, but I haven't been able to play it.
Everybody was tweeting about it and playing it, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna play no Pokemon Go.
Right, I gotta leave the house for
Like,
this.
you want me to go outside?
Don't you even know what a video
Go
game
to people's
is?
backyard?
I don't want to run in my neighbor's yard.
Like, excuse me, there's a Pikachu in your house. May I please
Right?
Call the cops.
Awkward.
At Rio Wilson, if you could implement any emote into Destiny, what would it be? For me personally, I'd like to make it Rain Glimmer. That'd be a pretty good one. Like tossing
That would
That'd
be
be
pretty funny.
it rain down.
That would be really awesome, actually.
That would definitely be great.
I'd want to put some kind of diva from Overwatch stuff in there. Maybe we can just throw up hearts to people, or we can throw up peace signs.
God.
That'd be cool.
Super cutesy stuff, because I feel like when you do cutesy stuff when you kill someone, it's just rubbing it in a little bit.
It
more.
is. If you went like this after a headshot,
That'd be pretty good.
Just like, and then run away.
oh my god, I'll be like, wow, nicely done. I am sort of pissed off right
Nice.
now.
I would like professional wrestlers like signature moves. I think that'd be pretty fun. Like the
Oh, an
Hulkster.
RKO?
Yeah. Stuff like that. That'd be pretty fun.
Yo, if you could RKO, that'd be amazing.
Okay, next question, I guess. Handsome Dragon. What's one obscure storyline in Destiny that you'd like to see expanded? Vex Origin, Dwindler's Ridge, more hero storylines. Has anybody heard of that one, Dwindler's Ridge?
Yeah, Dwindler's Ridge is
Don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know
the
what that
fight
is.
between, I believe, Jaren Board and the guy that had the last word, Thorn. I believe that.
Okay.
I believe that.
All right.
Let me. Dwindler's Ridge.
See, if you hum while you're looking stuff up, we can't fill the time with interesting content.
Oh, sorry.
True.
Yeah, it was last word. Last word. It's something to do with last word and Thorn. Yeah, Thorn. Yeah, it was
So he
it was the battle
yeah.
between the
Okay.
user last word, user Thorn.
Do you guys
I
want
think
more
that'd be a great-
information about that? Go ahead, Tefty.
That'd be a great DLC. I don't want that as my main story. I want the stranger. I want whatever things continue in the Destiny world to push forward. I want the traveler. Like, what the hell is the traveler? You know.
Yeah.
I want more knowledge about that.
I want Dark Guardians. That's what I
Dark
want.
Guardians would be great too.
I just want it to split and be like, find out that the speaker's actually a bad guy, and then there's Guardians that are like, oh, but I still believe in him. I like what he's doing. And then there's other Guardians that are like, no, he lied to us. I hate that. And then it splits to be
And then-
Dark Guardians.
Dark Souls meets Destiny. Invade people's patrols. Let's
Yes.
go. That'd be amazing.
Yes.
The Vex Origins to me is one of the most interesting ones, as well as the Exo Origins. Like, what's up with these guys? The Stranger's very interesting. Of course, I want to know more about the Traveler.
I'd actually like to.
But the Vex Origins is really interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see more about Saint 14 because last we heard of him, I believe he kind of went after Osiris after Osiris went to Mercury. So yeah,
Knowing more about Osiris.
yeah,
that would be
Osiris
cool.
as well.
That whole thing.
You know what I
Cyrus,
want
the
though? I
Nine.
want this shit in the game. I'm sick of reading fucking Grimoire cards. Like, I want this stuff in the game.
I'd be fine
Yeah.
with reading
love that.
Grimoire cards in game too, or now, how about this? Anytime you pick up a ghost in game, it picks up an audio file which you can listen to later, much like the
That would be
BioShock
great.
series, or
Or-
I love it.
or
I love
recently
that
Doom.
idea.
Yeah.
Recently, Doom
Yeah.
did
That
that.
would
You
be
know,
great.
Yeah.
How about
Doom's codex
they
is
make the
very
current
elaborate.
Grimoire completely voice acted, and then
That'd
also
be awesome.
voice acted all the rest of the Grimoire. Put that shit in the game. Have you be able to view it if you go to like the library or something in the tower. Just saying.
I got a better idea. Let's hire Blizzard to make
Yes.
short animated shorts.
Yes.
Animated shorts.
They're not busy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it
What are they?
No,
can do it.
They got
It
nothing
doesn't-
to
They
do.
have nothing
That
going
would
on
be
over
sick.
it
there.
doesn't take them like 3 to 4 years to usually make one short anyway. It's all
Yeah, right. We should-
Doesn't matter.
Maybe
We got
that's
the-
what
we
they
got
did,
the
and that's
Vex
why we
on
don't
our
have it.
The
They can hire the Vex to create an infinite amount of time, whatever.
Perfect.
We're good to go.
The math works
Do it,
out.
Blizzard.
the Blizzard CGI stuff, like it's always like, man, that looks amazing. Oh my god, I want to
Yeah.
see them do a movie. They start working on those like those cinematic trailers for World of Warcraft. So like when Burning Crusade came out, they started working on the one for Wrath of the Lich King. So that was like 3 years in the making, essentially.
The Overwatch ones were phenomenal. Like, they got me so
Yeah.
on board with all of those characters.
That sounds like they
So
have
good.
a time management problem.
It's not
need to fix that.
whatever the problem is. It's not yours, Tefty. So just make them fix it.
They're just
They got all the
huge
resources.
slackers.
Somebody is just mismanaging the hell out of that time.
At Currency Destiny, do you think SRL will make a return before Rise of Iron?
I don't think it'll make a return before Rise of Iron, but I think it might make one during Rise of Iron for sure.
We can go
So-
like snow sliding,
oh my
sledging.
God, we
snow gliding.
Close
Tobogganing or whatever.
Close enough.
It looks like
We
it's
have,
going to be a
like,
yearly
special
event at this point,
sledges
right? I think everybody
in the
expected
snow.
that to make a return at some point, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Looks like it's going
I'm
to be
gonna
yearly.
really disappointed if it's yearly.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck if it's yearly. It would make sense though if they package it up into Rise of Iron to be this official mode that now has like a thing.
And then
you
they
know,
called it a
place
feature?
in the. Yeah. Oh no.
Today on Twitter,
You were the chosen
today
one.
on Twitter I did see. Let me see if I can find it. I can't remember who I saw, but there were 3 new SRL emblems discovered in the API.
Yeah.
Wait, were those new or were
New.
they?
They were new.
Yeah, they're new.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
new. I thought somebody said
But
that
they were
in there
added
before.
in December,
They
weren't
were
they?
added in December?
It came out that they were actually added a little while
Okay.
ago.
So
Yeah, that's why.
But they are in there.
Yeah, so if anything, we'll see a return. When? Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, the countdown is getting close to the new DLC, and I don't know if it's going to come in August. If it didn't happen today for Bungie Day, then it's not likely to come this summer. But I'd be happy to be surprised. I love being surprised.
Yes.
At My Geek Daddy, do you think anything was missed from the list of moments of triumph? Any big events this year that were missed?
Oh.
Getting the first curse. Because I finally got that damn thing.
That was a big.
I was
big
thinking
event for
something
Ted.
with ranks should have been in there, and I feel like maybe hitting rank 5 gunsmith should have been like rank 3 or 5 gunsmith in there, because that was kind of a big part of the expansion, them announcing these foundries and everything, and you being able to, go to the gunsmith to try out all these foundries. I felt like that would have been some part of it.
Yeah.
You guys missed the biggest one, I think. Beating Crucible Radio in the podcast showdown.
Oh, shit.
Biggest moment of triumph of the year.
True.
There you
True.
go.
That was
There you
awesome to watch.
That was back when I had horrible internet.
Probably helped us.
It's okay. Now I have the horrible internet.
At TVA Gaming, region lock in PvP. How would you feel about that? Do the pros outweigh the cons?
I would like.
I don't know if they do.
Here's what it's all about: giving options. They need to have a checkbox that says allow search criteria to expand beyond your continent. Seriously. Or like, this is how they do it in Halo. They have a little thing that says prefer connections, prefer
Call of Duty used to have that
skill, make it balanced in between, like that's they need to have that. So we can say that we'd rather have better connections, or we just want to get in a game right away. Doesn't matter who's in there, if they're from Russia or Brazil or whatever.
Somehow it just sounds bad when you say region lock.
Yeah.
Well, if it's an
what it is,
actual
though.
lock, it's like you won't be able to play with your friends if they don't live in the same place as you.
It would automatically be grayed out though if you are suddenly connected with somebody across the continent.
Well, yeah, if you have that choice of turning it on and off, then I think that would be fine. But this being like, okay, it's region locked, that's it. That's never fun.
I don't see how
Yeah.
it would work, because we're going to, it's an online game. You're going to want to play with people from across the country or, from on another continent. I just don't see how it would effectively work.
Like for me, I need to go with TFT. Like there needs to be a toggle. I wish it was there, because in times like this where it feels like the player base has shrunk so much that, we're obviously seeing more cases where we're matched with people that, are not on our continent. And, if we could lock it, but then what does that do to like my matchmaking time? Does that make it even longer than it currently could be?
What's that do to like, smaller countries like in like South America,
It's
Again, it needs to be an option. Though. It's automatically not checked.
It's like
but you can check it if you prefer.
It's a big. This is a big devil's advocate argument, because I can see both sides of this, and
I can too.
It's like I would love to massively increase my chances of only playing against people that have good connections. Even though there are people that are here in the U.S. that just aren't going to have good connections. They're on like satellite in a long area or something, or satellite in a remote area. But at the same time, I feel like that's curing a headache by cutting off your own head, because
it's exclusionary.
You're excluding so much of the player base from a community that, for all purposes, is thriving because we can all play together, and region locking would just kill that. I don't know. And this is another thing of, would this only apply to PvP? Because this is where it's definitely rough. PvE, we don't really see as many issues with.
Yeah, I don't think you need it.
You don't need it in PvE. Well, then that's locking out part of the player base that likes to play PvP from another larger part of the player base. You know, I don't know.
It comes down to the fact that the peer-to-peer connections are potato, so they have to fix the peer-to-peer connections if they don't want to have options for you to shepherd a good connection. Then
yeah, I don't know. As much as I like the idea of
netcode,
as much as I making people drink at this point,
Better netcode.
As much as I like the idea of it, I don't want it to be implemented.
Yeah. I want the
even
option.
though a couple weeks ago I had that
option.
really angry rant about region locking. It was one that I didn't enjoy saying because I didn't believe in it either at the same time. Oh, you know, you get frustrated, you know, losing an entire weekend in trials cards because the last 3 games on your card are always against, you know, people across an ocean. And it's just not fun. It's just not fun to play against that. It's not fair.
Yeah. Again, I don't think it's an either or. I think it's like we need the option because a lot of games allow you to choose what type of connection you'd like to go for.
And Bungie used to allow it. I wonder why they don't now.
Yeah. I think they honestly just I don't know if you guys read that article from Polygon with Irk.
No, I
said that
I need to read it.
That Vanilla Destiny was a guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where this comes from, is that they didn't invest all these things in the PvP experience yet because they were still like just guessing whether or not this was actually going to fly, whether or not this bird was going to be able to take off and fly so deep, and it did. So I think they need to now. They need to start putting in those features.
Yeah. Where are we? At Shamrock229, on a scale of 1 to Thorn, just how filthy is Universal Remote right now?
It's like just shy of a thorn.
I don't know.
It's shy of a thorn.
Yeah, it's well shy. I'd say it's like
it's
a
well
not
shy?
a thorn.
yeah.
It's not a thorn right now.
It's the equivalent of using, I don't know, what was like a solid weapon but was completely overshadowed by everything else. It's the equivalent of using let's say like it's the equivalent of using
Year 1 Hawkmoon?
Year 1 W No. We'll say Year 1 W No on that because it was still a good weapon. You're still going to get great kills, but you had to play properly for it. It wasn't going to carry you through anything, but you know, it had to be respected.
I'd compare it more to Year 1 Hawkmoon because every once in a while it'd do something fucking ridiculous. And that's what Universal Remote does.
That's a good one.
Sure.
Yeah, you can have some range kills that are pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not reliably, but every once in a while.
Yeah.
At Trina Pudfoot, what are each of you going to do to cheer yourself up after the disappointment of no Sparrow racing on Bungie Day?
Well, I didn't need cheering up. It's all good.
Yeah, I wasn't really
I'm
expecting
kind
it, but
I'm kind of doing okay.
you know, I always have a spare paper bag and a silver Krylon paint, so I'm usually ready to go.
Oh my god. The stream yesterday, a lot of people were asking what I thought Bungie was going to do for Bungie Day, and honestly, I didn't expect anything.
I expected this. I expected exactly what we got.
I
Moment of
expected
Triumph.
this.
We knew we were going to get Moments of Triumph.
I expected
No,
nothing.
we knew we were going to get Moments of Triumph. They had said that during the Fireteam chat interview at E3.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, they're.
Oh wait, I must have like.
Yeah,
missed
I
it,
think
'cause
I remember
watched
telling
that.
you it, and I think you just kind of bled over it.
Must
Yeah.
have. I talked right over it. Yeah. Yeah. I just like I honestly didn't expect much. So
I wasn't
If they did
expecting
bring back
SRL. I was hoping that we'd get SRL at some point during the summer, but I don't know if it's coming now. At J9Felt 919, do Iron Lords get an employee discount when the Iron Banner comes to town?
oh man,
That's a good
That
idea.
would be cool if they did that. Like, hey, you're an Iron Lord now.
I'm wondering if they get
20%
a
off.
discount at the Bungie store.
yeah.
Got my eye on a
Become
t-shirt.
become an Iron member.
An Iron member, you say?
I want it. Yeah, not a gold member, an Iron member.
Sounds interesting. At Denny Santos, thinking forward to Destiny 2, do you think in the last DLC before Destiny 2, our Guardian will die and will start fresh in Destiny 2?
I hope not.
I don't know about dying. It's a little extreme.
I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Shit, we do.
Maybe they can just go to a salon or something, get a new hairstyle.
I like it. I like
and then go to the gym and like learn.
What if they make it
Yeah.
like some really brutal and dark cutscene where it's like you're brought into like the speaker's chambers and then he
And
yeah,
then he
no, and
kills
he
you.
gives you the choice. It's like
'Cause he's
you
evil.
can continue to go on your journey now.
What if
Or
you just
to
get
get the-
pneumonia and like waste away to
No,
nothing
no, it's
and
like
die?
or to get the haircut that you've always wanted, you must surrender yourself. And it's like
Like, I don't know what you've been doing out in the Borderlands, but somehow you ended up with VD. Look, video games have been making sequels since the beginning of video games with all sorts of bullshit reasons you got to start from scratch. They didn't come up with something. They don't have to kill you off.
I don't feel like
I don't remember who it was.
We're not
I don't
going
remember who it
to
was
see
that said
anything
it.
like that. No.
I don't remember who it was that said it, but the idea that we lose the light and we become decayed.
Oh yeah,
versus
that
new
was
subclasses,
Love that.
that was Law No
That was
Less.
That-
yeah, say no to rage.
that is amazing. I want that. Like, I would love that idea of Destiny 2. We lose our subclasses and we get this decayed subclass, and we have to go and earn these subclasses back. This way, we can still keep our our shaders, emblems, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the characters can transfer forward. Like that sounds awesome and logical. I don't know if Bungie even considered anything like that, but if they did, that'd be amazing, because it would be awesome to rebuild in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I want a clean break. I really do. I want a clean break from Destiny 1. I want a brand new game with Destiny 2. I don't know if we're going to get it, but that's what I want.
Yeah. I don't want a completely clean break. I want
The character
some
can move
history
forward,
to
but
it.
I want
Continuation, but a new
all the
start.
old guns
Yeah.
to get left behind, subclasses to get left behind. I don't mind if we still have Arc, Void, and Solar subclasses. I don't want the same subclasses. I've used these subclasses enough. At Sour Stench Flesh,
Sour Stitch Flesh. What?
were you hoping to get an additional info on Rise of Iron this Bungie Day? Maybe even a live stream?
No.
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 Nope.
I feel like Bungie Day is for Bungie. It's not
Yeah.
for marketing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Bungie Day was like created by the community.
It's a
Yeah,
community.
it's a
day, right?
community thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. They said there was going to be this, and I've kind of been tempered over the course of the Destiny lifespan to not expect anything else than like what they like initially say. Seems like we've been burned too many times, thinking we're going to get something even more. Sleeper Simulant.
The Sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
At the Mohican 9, what controller layout do you prefer and why?
Yeah.
The scuff one.
Yeah, I think all of us do, right?
Nailed it.
Yeah. All of us use Scuff. I don't know about this particular controller layout, but I use default settings on mine. If you want to get, if you don't want to spend money on a Scuff, you can always go bumper jumper loadout, and you'll jump with the R1 button, and there you go. A lot easier to you don't have to shell out $150 or whatever.
Is the default crouches press in on
Circle.
Circle.
Okay, so I have mine so crouches when I press in on the stick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you yeah.
And other than that,
Wait.
and then my Scuff is set up for jump and for rezzing.
Oh, you have a jump pressing? Yeah, for me it's jump and crouch. So I can.
Yep.
My middle fingers are jumping and crouching.
Yeah. All right, there you go. I don't know the name of the controller layouts.
Yeah, I just use default.
Yep, me too.
James Burgle at Burgle24. Do you think Rise of Iron exotics would be better if Xur sold exotic bounties instead of straight up exotics?
Oh, it'd be awesome if you sold bounties. I would like that.
I'd be down.
I'd be down for
I'd be
that,
down.
but I think that's like part of the. I think I'd like that just in general. I'd love for our exotics to actually
Right.
have that story like they initially said they would.
Oh, yes.
Kind of tied to them, and having everyone have to
They
do
do,
a quest.
though. I mean,
they do. They do. Yeah.
The RNG does provide a story. It did in year one anyway. I think part of the problem is 3 coins. Part of the problem is that the exotics just aren't as good as they were in year one. But like RNG made for some hell of stories back in the day. You know, I remember getting my first Hawk Moon. I remember the specific match I was in. It was in Rise of Iron. I remember getting it. I remember Thunder
Rise
World.
of
of Iron.
I mean, I'm sorry, it was in
Briar,
Iron.
Briar, like pre
Iron
Banner.
Banner.
Briar's in
telling
the
us
pre-alpha
something?
test over here.
I wasn't supposed to say. It was Rise of Iron.
no.
Iron Banner. I remember the specific match though. Like I remember a lot of those exotics, and in year 2
got
I
it
don't
dropped
remember
for Iron Banner?
them as much because you know it's 3 coins. I'm just farming some dumbass named enemy somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my biggest complaint about 3 coin and the current exotic system is that all of those memorable moments have been reduced to Blueface being like, "Wow, Guardian, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Don't get bored now." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's true. I would love to have quests where you actually learn about the exotic and the story behind it as you go along the quest to get it. And then you get it and you have all of this information and story about this weapon that you just got. It makes you feel a little more connected to the weapon. It makes it feel kind of special. I'd like something like that. Not just complete this strike because you have to. To get this
I don't know. I like the complete the strike because you have to get the weapon too. Because if you read the quest, you know it made sense.
If you have to,
I like a combination of all different ways. Yeah. I don't like 3 coins. I think I want them out of the game altogether. Maybe use them for another purpose, but I don't like them. But I like having some weapons that are only available through RNG. I like some weapons that are available through quests. I like the old exotic bounties that you used to get when you just randomly. You know, I thought the super good advice one was pretty good. You know, I like having a variety of different ways to do it. I really like the way you get no time to explain. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
Sleeper Sibilant.
The quests are a great thing. I think RNG is always like a good baseline way to have some exotics as well. But I think really what people want is just more quests for getting specific stuff.
We all want more, more of everything.
More of everything.
Yeah.
something to work towards. I like working towards
I want
stuff.
a new exotic with a new quest to come out every single month, so we can have a steady drip of things to go on, something to look forward to next month. You know why Paragon is so cool? New hero getting released every 3 weeks. This is another reason to come back, play the game. And it's like, oh, go try out the new hero, cool. Now it's like, oh, I can go do this quest that just came up, get a new exotic. That might be asking for too much.
Well, it was really nice when they were in the story, in the daily story, and everyone, the whole community gets behind it, and it's like, oh my god, this is happening. What do we do? How do we do it? That's really cool.
Yeah. And
I
that
really
stuff
liked those.
was going for a long time. There's a bunch of new stuff coming out with Taken King for a long time.
Yeah,
It was up until November, I think, right? Like honestly, we've talked about this before about skins, but if they had a skin system where you earn them, and then every month or maybe 2 months they introduce a new set of skins that you can earn via different circumstances, that would be dope.
That would be cool.
I'd be so down. You know?
Yeah.
Like, here's a new set of maybe they were timed skins. You know, they're the skins that you can only get during a
That'd
certain
be cool.
period.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't have to necessarily introduce whole new weapons. Because I think that might actually be asking a little too much of them to be like, we need a new exotic every month that they're going to drop. That, I feel like we're going to reach the interest level is going to get broken, and then it's just going to be like, here's another Fabian strategy. Oh god, this sucks.
Yeah.
But if it was cosmetic things they kept introducing every month, it'd be cool.
At Grandpappy Hash, CBMM, I think it means
Connection-based matchmaking.
Connection-based matchmaking seemed to have worked somewhat in Control, but all other game modes went to shit for me. How have you found the Crucible?
What?
Have you guys played the
it's only
Crucible?
in Control.
I have not been able to play this week while Ryan's gone. I've been taking care of all the other stuff, so not a lot of time to actually get in there.
I played it a lot on the normal settings. I haven't played it today, which is when the new settings came in for Control, so I can't say yet.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet.
I played some Rumble. Rumble felt normal. Rumble never really has had that many issues for me because it's so easy to make connection-based matchmaking work in that. But I played Control today and it felt much better. So hopefully that just kind of spreads out.
Nice.
Yep.
Although I only played for like 3 or 4 hours, so it's a small sample size. At Commander Rift, do you think that calcified fragments is too much? I think he's talking about Moments of Triumph.
I think it's an integral part of the Taken King.
Yeah.
It's
It
kind
basically, if you've done all of the content, then that will have gotten you your 50 calcified fragments. That will have gotten you all your moments of triumph if you just do all the content. There's no real, aside from the Crucible quest, there's no like grindy type thing.
Probably just the hunt. The hunt is probably the grindiest.
Yeah.
Right. It's just, and that's
No.
Yeah, and those are the easier ones to
Yeah,
find.
yeah.
If it's like, oh, you just have to jump up this thing and it's there, or it's just to the under this little thing. It's not like the Court of Oryx or the challenge mode or anything like that. So if you've just been playing the content, you've done challenge mode, you've done the Court of Oryx tier 3s, then you have all of the difficult ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the question is, they're still separated by character, or are they now account based?
It's character.
It's
Like-
still
character.
character. So it
But
may
isn't there a
be
thing
that
now?
you didn't. I don't know. I know
think
that
there's-
you
you
can
can-
look
there's
it
a
up
thing
by
on Bungie
character
now
now.
to look it up by character.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the
it's
question
easy.
You can
is,
also
did you do
put the book
did you
between
do everything
characters.
on one character? Right? Did you do all the Court of Oryx? Did you do all the hard mode? Did you find all the calcified fragments on one character? That might be the hang up, right? Is if you found all these things on separate characters, then you might have to go in and really check to see which ones you need.
You definitely have to check. You can transfer the book between characters, though. So if you've only leveled up, like, a Hammer Titan and you haven't done the others, but you've got the calcified fragments on your Hunter, you can switch the book between the characters and do it.
At Pika Momo, if you could pick one thing to be added to the Moments of Triumph, what would it be? No repeats. I think we already kind of answered this question. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Puppin Suds, do you have an answer for it?
Get a Reaper. Get a Reaper once a week.
What do you guys think? All right, this isn't really the question, but what do you guys think? Do you think the Lighthouse should have been a Moments of Triumph?
No.
People would have been pissed.
No,
Yeah.
It's a significant triumph in the game.
it's very
It is.
difficult
It is, but
to
it's-
get to
It
the
is very
lighthouse.
difficult.
And
It is,
if
especially now.
people are like, saying, "Oh, I'm never going to be able to complete Moments of Triumph because I can't, or I'm not going to be able to do that Mountaintop quest," imagine how many more aren't going to be able to do it because of the lighthouse. Like, no.
Yeah.
The lighthouse wasn't a thing in year 1 for Moments of Triumph. I doubt it would ever be.
At Puppin Suds, with the selling of Irene, do you think the LITC needs a rework, Luck in the Chamber? Maybe make it bonus precision damage only. Isn't that what it is now?
That is
bonus
what
precision
that
damage
is what
only?
it is now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think you fixed it. You fixed it, Puppin Suds.
Is this like an
Nailed
old
it.
question?
Yeah,
He's just like,
I remember us complaining at the
woke
start
up.
of
Woke up from a coma.
at the start of there's still people that believe that Luck in the Chamber Arene is going to kill in one body shot. There's still people that believe that, because when I was going through the Arms Day thing this week, there were a couple people, and it's like I had to correct them. It's like, no, they took that out because it was utter bullshit.
Yeah, it's still an
Yes.
amazing PvE sniper
Mhm.
rifle.
Mhm.
Like, it's really
Yeah.
good. But in PvP, I wouldn't recommend it at all.
No.
Yeah.
At Esteban 56891, do you think ships will ever be more than just for loading screens?
Now that last gen has dropped, there's a possibility. But I'm not hanging my hat on or anything like that. I think it's going to be a while before we see it.
oh,
It is for-
yeah.
I think there's going to be a new
it'll be a
feature
while.
added where it's going to be Pimp My Ship, sponsored by Exhibit. You're going to
So
go
you wanna
in
be a
there.
player.
Yeah.
But your ship ain't fly.
You're going to go in there and put, like,
Gonna call it
40-inch
Bungie,
TVs
and they'll pimp
inside
your
of
ride.
it. Maybe some 22-inch rims on the landing gear. It's going to look nice.
Maybe instead of us having homes that we can decorate, we can just like decorate the inside of our ships.
I'd be down with
Get,
that.
like
There
some
it
mini
is.
games in there.
Some
People can
moments of
come
triumph in
over
there.
for.
Put like
Some
an
mini
arcade
games.
cabinet. Maybe you could play like old Bungie games inside your.
Go play some Marathon. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like it.
For,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for anybody that doesn't know, there is a European version of Pimp My Ride.
Yes, there is.
And Lil Jon hosts it.
There
Lil
is.
Jon hosts
Yep.
it. It's incredible. Just want to throw that out there. It is on YouTube.
Sorry, what was the original question? I completely got distracted by Pimp. Oh, the ships.
Pimp
The
your ship.
ships. It's always a possibility, I'm sure, in their development. But I don't know. In the current game, I don't really see much of a reason for there to be one.
I don't see it in Destiny 1, but I could definitely
Yeah.
see it in Destiny
Yeah.
2. Like, if you could if you look at what's going on with No Man's Sky, or the technology could definitely progress for Destiny 2 in a major way. And if they could bring ships into that somehow, if you actually got in your ship and flew from planet to planet instead of just, watching a loading screen, if you had space battles, like could be some really cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yep.
At Sam Jones 9911, your thoughts on this year's Moments of Triumph in comparison to last year's?
I think we already
kind of talked about this.
already
We covered that.
I picked these questions out before we do the conversation. I apologize to
Wow.
anybody who...
I thought you were time traveler.
At Galactic Eclipse, both Year 2 LDR and Longbow have 15 more aim assists than Year 1. Do you think Bungie is trying to make sniping easier? I mean, what other explanation can there be for that?
Honestly, I have no idea. It makes me wonder.
I have no idea.
Maybe the reason they had a base aim assisted increase is actually because the sniper scopes got increased in zoom, which can affect the base aim assist.
Before that, didn't it? Oh no, I guess it happened at the same time because it's the LDR. He specifically says LDR and Longbow.
Well, no, but they made. Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That could be possibly. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is, if it was a straight nerf or if it was a straight buff, or if the buff to base aim assist was actually from them increasing the scope zooms. I don't know. And
That makes a lot of sense, Pat.
Yeah, that's.
What are some Crucible loadouts that you think are fun but not necessarily top tier?
First curse and a sidearm.
First curse in general is kind of a fun gun to use.
Jade Rabbit and a sidearm. Yeah, Scout Rifle sidearm.
Jade
Any
Rabbit
kind of
is
sword.
underrated. That's an underrated gun. That thing kills so fast. 0.8 KD. I mean, or time to kill. It is so fast. If you can be accurate with that gun and stay at range, if you have like a shotgun or fusion rifle as a secondary, that gun is underrated.
Pocket Infinity, because it's not a year 2 weapon, but it's pretty fun to use.
I've been messing around with spinning up on the Service Regime. That gun's not bad. It has a pretty fast time to kill. It's the it bounces around a little bit, so you gotta be really careful
I got
about.
killed by it a few times in Iron Banner.
You gotta be careful about keeping your aim on the opponent's head. It's got a pretty fast time to kill, though.
Yeah, if you the thing is, it doesn't work like spinning up works while you're continually firing, so you can't like get to the halfway point of the mag for it to trigger, and then like start just immediately using the rapid fire once you start shooting again. It's like you have to continually shoot, and if you I don't know, it's still good. It's still good, but it's one of those things that you really have to. It's almost
spinning up. Spinning up doesn't speed up as you go.
Yeah, spinning up speeds up as you hold down the trigger. That's what spinning up. That's how it speeds up. It doesn't speed up once you reach the halfway point of the mag, like glass half full works, where no matter what, you will always get the benefit if you're at the half point in the mag. Spinning up only works while you're shooting. I feel like
the gun fires faster when you're using spinning up. It just fires faster right off the get go.
Because focus fire slows it down.
Right.
Yeah.
And spinning up speeds it up.
Spinning up starts at its normal archetype of fire rate and then speeds it up from there. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I feel like we made this as absolutely as confusing as possible. Just go watch the Service Regime review in case you're confused about anything. There we go.
At Green Mints, since last gen got cut, when will Destiny 1 world get shut down if Destiny 2 is all new game?
No idea.
I don't understand what these have to do. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while.
He's talking about when Destiny 2 is released and it's the main focus. When will Destiny Vanilla or Destiny this version that we're playing have the servers turned off? I think that's gonna be like
that takes a bunch of leaps in logic to come to a conclusion for. Like that's assuming that Destiny 2 is gonna be its own game and not like a big expansion for Destiny 1. Which
I'm assuming it's gonna be a new game. I really am. I'm assuming it's a new game.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to be at this point. At Justin Havoc, what are your first and favorite Bungie moments, seeing as how it is Bungie Day? So he's not talking about Destiny, he's talking about Bungie in general.
What was the first half of the question?
What are your favorite Bungie moments?
moments that are not connected
Playing
to
trials
Destiny?
at Bungie. That's my favorite moment.
Nice.
Actually, my favorite Bungie moment in general would probably be the doing or the charity for Nepal relief. How the community just like immediately banded together and raised over $1 million for.
Oh yeah, that was
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have my moments.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with Irk because Pope was in there, and we were doing Vault of Glass, and I was like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" I'm playing with a Bungie employee, and I got to ask him if Bungie actually thought, or the studio in general thought, that armor locking was a good idea in Halo Reach. And he was like, no. A lot of people hated it, and I think there was like one person that really championed it. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it was like a year ago, and I was like, wow, that was awesome. I got to commiserate with the Bungie employee about armor locking being so bad in Reach.
When my ship first crash landed in Halo, and I got out of it and started exploring that huge world, and started fighting, the bad guys, and got into a Warthog for the first time, like that first level of Halo that was on the Halo was one of the most impressive things I'd ever seen in video games.
When you get into that Warthog and the music just starts kicking up.
The epic music, like everything about that moment was so fucking good. Like the firefight you had, like there's a building and there's like guys rushing in and you're protecting other soldiers. Like that first like level of Halo, like after you get off the ship and actually start playing on Halo, was absolutely mind blowing.
Yeah. Yep.
My bad, I lost my place. At Deuce's Evolution, now that the last gen has been dropped, do you think we'll see a performance bump in graphics and frame rate on PS4 and Xbox One for DLC?
I can imagine there will be some performance increases. As far as frame rate goes,
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a frame rate increase.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be locked at 30.
No.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, there may be some like graphical. I think they already mentioned like the snow, like having fallen snow was just not possible on the 360 and PS3. So like there will be some graphical embellishment that I think wasn't available before, but I don't think the frame rate's going anywhere.
Yeah.
At Zero Hero, would you guys like to see new exotic swords in Rise of Iron?
Fuck yeah, let's go.
I want an Iron Banner sword. I want to have a wolf on it, and when I swing it, I want it to howl.
There you go.
Like
I want an axe.
awesome.
I want the axe to be a possibility.
Yeah, I want an
as
axe.
well.
Fuck swords, man. We've had enough swords. I want an axe, or I want a fucking mace
want a
with like a
howling
chain
sword.
and a ball on it.
Yes.
Start flinging that thing
Ball
around.
and
I want
chain.
different weapons. I don't want the same weapons.
Dude, a
But
ball
what
and chain?
if, like, you know when people pull out their sword and it goes ching, if they pulled it out and it was like, ooh, and people would be like, oh snap, they have
I'm
the
down.
iron
I'm
sword.
down with
As
all
long
of
as
those
my
wolf
opponents heard it.
references.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And
your
I'm
opponents
in.
will hear it.
I'm in. When you pull
Dude,
it
I'm
out,
way
like
down for that.
you also open up your chest and you're wearing one of those wolf T-shirts with like the wolf howling at the moon.
Dude,
Yeah.
there is a T-shirt like that on the Bungie store. Except it's of like the rings of Saturn. Let me go. I'll copy and paste it into chat.
I might have to buy that.
Yeah, you know what we need? Yeah, stuff like Alakul, whatever, charges his foes. You know, he's got
Cool.
yeah, Alakul.
Mhm.
He that axe, like a big swinging.
Yeah.
Like if they did animations like that, and then maybe even like
A spear?
the Shield Brothers. Yeah, like you know how the Shield Brother, the fire one has. It's like a giant blade, which is an extension of his hand,
Mm-hmm.
and he like does that dash thing.
Yeah.
and hits the ground as a slam. Stuff
I
like,
like
you know,
it.
that'd be interesting to have different weapons.
A
that do
shield?
those type of. Oh, a heavy shield.
Yeah. There's all sorts of different directions. I don't want more swords. I want
Interesting.
more variety.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the howling sword. I do want that.
On everything.
Yeah, the howling sword is sick.
Yeah, that's pretty
Like,
sick.
that would be amazing. Like unchink. Yeah. Oh man.
Every time you everybody has to hear it though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Every-
Everyone
yeah.
has to hear it, so they can be like, "Oh
Oh
my god!"
shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
At Destiny Hamza, do you guys like bread on your sandwiches toasted or soft?
Depends on the sandwich.
It really does.
It really depends on the
does.
sandwich. Most of the
It
time,
really
toasted
does.
is the way to go. Like, you
Yeah,
have a,
like I'm 99% toasted.
yeah,
I
like
think.
you get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, dude, I can eat it.
Depends on
I
the
can
kind
eat
of
it without
sandwich.
the bread being toasted. But
Yeah,
you
but
better,
if it is toasted, that
You
that
better
peanut butter is, like,
believe I'm
ultra
gonna-
melty and
yeah,
Suddenly it becomes a meal.
uh-huh.
Instead of a snack, it's a
Uh-huh.
meal.
Yeah.
At Soysit Blindy, would you like to see shaders emblems with which you could represent your country? A black, red, and gold one for Germany?
I can already tell that by your connection though. They had a little thing in the
Color
the
your connection. You are representing your country.
I think that would be kind of cool. That's something that Call of Duty's had for a while. I think that'd be kind of cool. You could represent the country. I really like wearing the Nepal shader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
I think it'd be cool. And you gotta but it's randomly rewarded. Like you don't get it just because you're from that country. You gotta like RNG it that thing out.
Damn. I keep getting Azerbaijan. No.
I get Brazil. At of Spunk 7, do you feel Bungie dropped the ball not having Guardian beard length as a moment of triumph? Are you hilt tilt mad about it?
What?
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 I just like the are you hilt tilt mad about it? That's why I picked that question.
It's come the truth. Is Pope still in chat?
Look, there needs to be beards in Destiny. There's
Yes.
no way
There should be.
a spacefaring culture would not have beard technology. It just doesn't add
You're
up.
absolutely
It
right.
doesn't make sense. God damn it.
Maybe
It doesn't.
Plus, you're out there, guardianing and stuff.
Mhm.
You don't have time to shave.
maybe they
you
have
probably grow a
technology
beard.
that
That's
makes
right.
it so you simply can't grow a beard anymore.
What
Maybe.
kind of
What kind
awful?
of messed up
Like,
fucking
like
future
dystopian
dystopia are you
future.
living in?
Would love to be a part of that future where that is a fucking option. Because I hate the fact that facial hair grows. Because the only reason I grow it is out of pure laziness. That's why it looks like shit. That's why it looks like shit on me. I don't maintain this unkempt Spanish moss growing from my face. No, it gets to the length where I'm finally like, fuck it, and then I go shave it off, and I'm good for like a week, and then I'm at the stage where I'm slightly annoyed by it, but not like I want to do something annoyed by it yet, and then it'll go for like another week, and then I'm like getting there, and then I'll probably be going to bed one night, and like I'll be like laying down on a pillow face down, and then like my beard will just be like in a weird position. I'm like, fuck, and I'll just get up and shave.
Gotta comb it, man. That's what a comb is.
Did you
for.
not? Did you forget the part where I'm lazy? Did you forget that part?
You're too lazy to comb your
It's a
beard.
lot
Yes.
of maintenance.
Too lazy
It's
to
like hair
comb.
all over
Are you
again.
too lazy to shower?
No. Not too lazy to
Well,
shower.
comb it after you shower.
No, that's another step after the shower. When you shower, do you realize how long it?
He already has
Do you
to
realize
comb
how
his
long
hair
it takes
and blow dry his
to
hair.
dry this hair
Yeah,
without
the
a
man
hair
does have
dryer?
some hair maintenance issues already, so it's like adding to that.
that's
I
a
can see an
commitment.
issue here.
Listen, it's a commitment regardless.
Yeah, it's a commitment. It's a commitment that I don't want to be a part of, but I'm forced to
I
be a
really
part
put
of. So I'm
no
just-
effort into growing a beard. I don't understand the commitment at all. I literally don't do anything but shampoo it.
Yep,
And I've already,
that's-
yeah.
it's kind of just doing this.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what? You know where I choose to use my shampoo? On my hair. On this hair, not this hair.
Well, I mean,
Because
your
you
hair,
realize how
all
much?
you just
Yeah, I go
wrap it
through so
around.
much shampoo and conditioner just because of this
Oh,
hair.
I
I
can see that.
can't spare any for this.
Yes, I can see how this is an absorbent cost for you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think you're crazy.
Yes, I definitely think.
Are you only just coming to this conclusion? Are we? Are we?
Go ahead.
Are we good this week? Are we done?
We got two more.
Two more. Okay, cool.
Yeah. At Omega Ra, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Your mom.
2.
69.
All these are correct answers. At Death Ray Dino, what kind of non-combat encounter do you want to see in the new raid?
Ooh, so
I'll go first.
Okay, so
I had
like
time to think
jumping
about this.
or-
I'd like to see the jumping puzzle. I was going with the jumping puzzle. I'd like to see the wall collapsing. We've seen that the Guardians are on top of the wall. I'd like to see the wall collapsing, and you got to jump from one block of collapsing wall to the next to get across. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be a cool action scene.
That would be very cool.
This is a question I have to actually think about for a while.
It's a deep one.
Get a good answer.
Oh man.
Like the thing, I'd love to see more like jumping puzzles and mazes like Vault of Glass, because that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's technically
Oh
not real
yeah,
combat.
yeah. The Gorgon maze was really fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's like
Fun is a
premium
stretch.
Destiny rating right there. Probably. And it's not going to be a last gen, so they're not going to have constraints for, you know, whatever last gen was doing to it. So I hope they have some really cool things like that. And maybe
What if
I can't think of anything creative right now.
What if the
That's
only
beyond
thing keeping more Gorgons from being in that Gorgon maze was last gen? Then we're all thanking those fuckers, aren't we? Thank you for playing this game on 360 and PS3, because otherwise it'd be like 80 more of those bastards.
With better vision.
Yeah, right?
We have to go back to like, you know, the first couple week tactics of, okay, everyone leave. I'm gonna be a hunter and invis, and I'm just gonna go through.
Dude, I run Vault of Glass, and I am tempted to do that almost every time I run it. Like on the 5th try through there, and like somebody keeps getting seen, I'm about ready to kick everybody out of my party and be like, I'll meet you guys in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly you forget that. Everybody's like, just keep getting caught. What's going on? Of course, there's always one person that's trying to get caught.
Yeah.
Until he finds like, it was me, guys.
Yeah, we know. We know it was you.
I did it on purpose.
We know. It's like that guy who popped the bubble at the end of your raid, Tefty.
Renders.
The man is a legend in all the right ways.
It's become a term now. To renders a raid.
So are we good this week?
That's it. That was all the Twitter questions.
We got through all the Twitter questions this week. It must have been a slow week for news or something, because we're like right at that 2 hour mark.
Honestly, a lot of questions were about Moments of Triumph. I knew we were going to cover it. So
okay.
All
right. Well, thank you. Wait. Hello?
Goodbye?
Yeah. No, we can hear you.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. Like, I heard
leaving.
silence. I
We're
was like, connection. Almost.
Usually we don't let you talk for this long.
Yeah, usually there's got to be someone saying something. All right, well, thank you everyone for tuning in this week to the 78th? 78th. Got it. Yeah, close enough. 78th Planet Destiny podcast. If you want to find me, I'm at Holtzman_PD on Twitter, or you can just find me streaming on Twitch at Holtzman as well.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on YouTube on the Briar Rabbit channel. You can find me on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit, and on Twitch, just look for Briar Rabbit on Twitch, or streaming on the Planet Destiny Twitch page.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. You can see my personal streams, twitch.tv Tefty Teft, and also Planet Destiny. Also do the Zer video. Yep, that's it.
That'll get more fun with Rise of Iron. Then you'll love it.
That's true.
You'll be super excited.
Yeah. I'm excited what they do with that.
Oh, you done?
That's it. That's it. That's all.
You didn't mention Instagram or
That's
like
true.
Snapchat?
I have an Instagram.
Check out your filters.
I've never like
Christian
snapped
Mingle?
anything. Actually, Memes got me a Snapchat, and then I used it once, and then
Christian Mingle.
Friendly Farmers.
Christian Mingle, yeah. I got Christian Mingle from Merlin. He's looking for a little kitty to shack up with.
Did you say
He's on the
kitty
older
or
side, though.
kitty?
Did you say kitty?
Yeah, he's
Kitty or
Merlin. Merlin's a cat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cat. Got it. Got a little weird there.
Merlin is my old
Got
cat.
a little
He's 17
weird.
years old.
The wizard living with me is looking for small children. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Merlin is a 17-year-old Russian blue cat who now is living with Grandma and Grandpa because he's old. So, and yeah.
And I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. at Miss 5000 Watts. That's pretty much it. Yes. No old cat.
The old cat, Christian Mingle. Did you say Instagram? Did you say that?
No, not
There is
living
an
with any
Instagram.
wizard
There's
pedos.
lots of
I'm
cat
sorry.
pictures. Not wizard kids.
All right, guys. All right, guys.
Best outro
Thank you
ever.
for tuning in, and we will see you again next week.
See you next week.
Oh, stop recording. Right.